Welcome, everybody. It's me. Oh, my God. I'm back from the dead for the last McGrews reviews.
Kind of.
What you gonna do, McGrews reviews? Actually, we'll do one.
It's kind of.
In a little bit.
Not really.
Hi, everybody. Welcome back to me. I'm Sammy Gonzalez, a.k.a. The Excellence. In case you forgot, because you might have in the time that I've been gone. I've been gone for like 2 months, half of it with flu, half of it with I'm bored, half of it is my job, half of it is moving. A lot of halves going on in my life. But if you don't remember who I am, I'm the one that runs this bitch. I'm Sammy Gonzalez, a.k.a. The Excellence. Welcome, everybody, to McGrew's Reviews. And joining me on the other side is the Tit Euler. We have
Tommy McGrew. I got drugged to a movie tonight.
He did get drugged to a movie. Now, we were going to do Tubi reviews.
He got dragged to him.
Dragged, well, past tense drugged.
Yeah.
No.
Drug did it.
He got dragged.
I got
And joining us on the other side of the other
and
side.
you took me to a movie.
That is true. well, the drug was perhaps bad movie. Waka waka waka. We're in our last throes of the Excellence podcast series. We're just gonna go full millennial Gen
Still
Z
torturous.
hacking. So we're gonna see what AI makes us think about. I'm kidding. Joining us on the other side, we have also.
It's TJ. What's up?
Hi, everybody. I can't even pretend to be a fucking fraud. Hey, did you know that in Captain America, I got to use the tone, the TikTok tone, where it's like everything's kind of a question, and then you end everything kind of on the up thing, so that way people don't know whether the sentence ends or not. You know what I'm doing.
Exactly what you're
At least I can't do the voice of the Subway Surfers text voiceover thing. Teachers, what did you think about the worst student you've ever had? Yeah. Number one.
Redditors.
Fuck it. Hi, everybody. We watched Brave New World or New World Order or whatever the fuck this movie's name is.
Actually,
it had 7 different things.
Serenity, that's a good question. All right,
It was a good question.
You don't look in the chat. Sorry. Where this was communicated to him, but not in the means in which he was paying attention to.
Right.
Are you a size 12?
I'm not. I'm a size 11 and a half.
Okay.
You could fit a 12.
Yep.
Probably
Yes, he
12,
does.
So, yeah.
Appreciate you.
I actually did catch this in, was it in Discord? I didn't check Discord that much. But
No, it was in our chat.
It was in the chat? Wait. Oh, okay. Yeah. Look at what it says.
I see it.
Tommy, are you a size 12 and do you like Jordans? There's kind of a very obvious thing.
Yes and yes.
There you go. So it sounds like you're going to have some thick socks to put on.
Yeah, I will. I'll put 2 pairs on.
Serenity will be here for the big thing, right?
Oh, no shit. I didn't know that.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
I know that Bad G's going to be here. Somehow that worked out. Hi,
hell
everybody.
yeah.
Speaking of,
And
go
the
ahead.
Tubi movie thing.
That's going to be at the 24, the 10
Okay,
hour,
cool,
10 hour.
cool. I was about to
Because I
say,
didn't have
yeah.
no time to watch it. 2 Tubi movies.
All my energy's gone from this shit, but like, yeah. Oh, yeah, it's fun.
So, what are we
It's a
talking
lot of
about, of
fun.
course? We're talking about the 10-hour stream that's going to happen next Saturday. Not tomorrow, but not tomorrow, not 2 days from now. Next Saturday from 9 a.m. to 7 p.m. I think that's how it works. You guys don't have to come that early. But we are doing our series finale of the Excellence. I always liked that where it's like season finale and then it went series finale. And the voice always
Serious.
got more like serious.
It's serious.
It's like when Tim the Toolman Taylor's son almost died of cancer. That was a season finale, but it felt like a series finale.
It should have been.
Jonathan Taylor Thompson almost died of cancer.
Come through, y'all. But to your point, series finales. Just to give a sneak peeks. We have the Black Excellence next week, which will be a really fun one. Bringing back some things for you,
Oh, no.
some things for everybody.
I'm sure.
And gonna be as black as black as we can be because it's the Black
I'm
History
sure
Month
Patrick
special.
will be singing.
Yeah.
That's right, the last Black History Month special.
The last Black History Month.
Maybe in history.
Until you right, Black History Month doesn't exist. It's the Gulf of America.
Might actually be the last one, legally.
And speaking of America, welcome to Captain America: Brave New World, New World Order. What was the other name of this movie?
Fahrenheit 451.
Fahrenheit 451.
It was supposed to be New World
Brave
Order,
New
but
World.
That was a little too aggressive.
Right. They were like, oh no, the wrestlers took that already. But we're talking about
Captain America.
not politics.
Wolf
Well,
pack.
we don't want to talk about politics, I guess. But they're going to go full black, they back, full black, they
is what I
back.
do
That's what
too.
he does every time. I've called it out, and it's very catchy. But to be continued on the new show, Weird Cine Goodies, in like 3 months. Who knows? It's going to be their project now. Fucking sell out. You guys can sell out because there's no money to be had because we don't have any money anymore because we stopped doing
Sell out in a
sponsorships.
heartbeat.
I know, but we ran out of sponsorships. I still got to send out this thing over here. I remember everything I didn't do. But yeah, before I leave, I'm going to send this out to the winner who won this. It's been here the whole time. I haven't been using it. I screenshotted your name, so I'll look on this desktop, which I haven't been behind because I've had the flu. I've been sick. I've been sick again.
A lot of excuses.
Man, I got that fucking bird flu that's been going around. That shit took me out. That's flu A.
Regular. You got
flu
like
A.
Regular. You got light flu.
I am just strong, okay?
Apparently not.
Well, no, because I would kill a lesser man. If I was super soldier serum, maybe I'd brush it off. But no, I'm a regular man like Captain America in this movie. Sam Wilson.
Regular in quotation marks.
Yeah.
Well, I mean,
better than most.
Well, we'll talk about it. Damn right we're going to talk about it. And because it's a late review, because I didn't tell anybody about it, because you guys probably didn't even know this was going on, because I stopped running the Instagram years ago. And like I've just kind of been real burned out about the world. I work in politics, as you know. And if you don't know, it makes a little sense why I'm fucking exhausted. I don't like. I was talking. Me and TJ had a whole fucking geopolitical conversation about the education of our school children and how like my future 5-year-old in like 6,
We've
7,
talked
8
about
years.
that, me and you. No, that's now my greatest fear.
Right,
Yeah.
because my kid's gonna be ready to go to school, and all these other fucking sniffling dipshit ass kids
Savages.
savages, barely even human, are gonna be on their iPads with no fucking regulation control, and my kid's gonna be like, these kids are fucking weird, and they're gonna cyberbully my kid because he's not gonna have an iPad when he's 5.
They're gonna kill your kid.
Right.
Yeah.
Because he's going to be a nice little
Probably
boy.
eat them.
Right. He's going to be a nice little boy or little girl, the sweet little girl who's going to be smart as
Gonna
shit.
get cannibalized.
Just like dimples and freckles and like bangs. She's going to be so cute. And those kids are like, you're weird.
Dora
You
the
read
Explorer?
books. Kind of.
Okay.
A whiter Dora the Explorer.
Okay.
Not because I want her to be, but look at me, for Christ's sakes. And my girl's no darker. So, well, that's the thing. My girlfriend gets dark like an Italian gets dark, like an Italian woman, where it's like,
Just sounded wrong the way you said.
well, I'm just saying.
like an Italian.
I didn't say Italian. Well, no, because she's like, she's kind of a day walker. She's kind of a day walker because she's mixed with a bunch of different things. Like I call her double Mexican because she's Mexican, Spanish, indigenous, and Irish. Oh my God, she's gonna kill me with this last one. I think it's Irish, but this double Mexican is Mexican and then indigenous and Spanish. That's just another Mexican.
Yeah.
But in the sun, when she cooks, nice dark skin tone, very beautiful. So unless our kid's running around in the sun in the summer, it's gonna be like a little Mexican white kid, and they're gonna get eaten alive by these savage children beasts.
Fucking Lord of the Flies out.
Right, kill the pig, drink his blood. It's gonna suck. And guess what? My kid is gonna have read Lord of the Flies at age 5 before they go to kindergarten, and they're gonna know what to expect.
For what reason?
Because they like books. Because my kid's gonna like books.
That's what's gonna get them beat up even.
I know.
quicker.
I know.
These people don't like intelligence.
I know, man.
Yeah,
Because that's the thing.
I'm exoing out of the country.
Oh, fuck you,
Yeah,
see?
smart,
see?
man.
And then they're going to be susceptible to fucking measles? The fuck's that about? Shit.
Not just me, the plague. Like everything we thought we got rid of, they're gonna be spreading that shit. When they bite you, they're gonna spread it. Because you know they're gonna bite you.
Oh yeah,
they
of course.
Don't have any fucking like they're feral.
Right. You're gonna tell them to do homework, and they're gonna be like, no, and they're gonna bite because they have no regulation control.
Yes.
Because some Russian YouTube kids show showed on the most vibrant colors they've ever seen.
1 second clips. Just 1 second cuts at a fucking time. It's a trend going around where people are like showing old cartoons to their children, which they should.
Yeah, because there was regulation. They were like, "Hey, yeah, you can sell fucking toys as Transformers, but we don't have the budget to cut and edit fast cartoons."
Yeah.
So He-Man half the time is like, "Hey, what are you doing over there?"
It's gonna stay there, static for like a solid 4 seconds.
Exactly.
Y'all are underestimating some of those cartoons because you know,
80s?
Tom and Jerry was moving, schmoving. Tom and Jerry,
but it was static moving, like it was a frame.
Right. The background wasn't moving.
Would wind his little legs up and they'd spin, and then he'd proceed to chase Jerry. But it was like it didn't like give me a headache. Like fucking Coco Melon.
Y'all are just
that
old.
bullshit.
So okay.
No, you know what my conspiracy theory? Like they're like if they're implanting shit in children and they'll activate them Winter Soldier style at some point.
Or we'll talk about a little bit in this movie maybe. Real quick though, if you want to watch Coco Melon, can I?
Flashing lights.
These kids.
Yeah. It's all gonna come full circle.
What are you talking about?
Yeah.
Anyway, real quick, because this is some of the few times I have left in this world, online world. I'm not dying, I promise. But that's not the big reveal at the end. Cocomelon will fucking kill your brain even as an adult. So first of all,
why are you showing us?
Because I want the people to know. If you have kids out there, if you're gonna have kids out there, say no to Cocomelon. The reason why, TJ, I'm going to help guide you. Tommy, I'm going to help guide you. First of all, I'm going to open up by saying Cocomelon has done market research with a room full of kids with Cocomelon on, and they track the children's eyes anytime they look away, and anytime they look away, they change it to make sure that they don't take their eyes off the fucking screen. Yeah. So that means the highest contrast, the highest brightness of every color, something's always moving, and the thing that killed my brain watching it with my nieces and nephews who watched it when they were little babies and have luckily gone on to Miss Rachel and all the other slower fucking pace things was that the edits, the cuts are constant.
It's ridiculous. It's constant.
We're gonna get fucking copyright stricken for this. Why is everything moving? Stop moving.
It's too much.
Stop bouncing.
It's way too much.
It's way too much for us.
Yeah.
And we're adults. You love this? DA's getting high to this shit?
Get down to this?
No, I'm not. I'm just saying. I'm just saying. I don't think this is the worst example of a lot of shit happening. It's like kid, but I would agree in the sense of slow, because you know what was it? I'm a little bit younger than y'all, so I had like a little bit different like younger kid shows I was exposed to, but like you know. Max and Ruby, you know, which was very slow about the rabbits.
Yeah, that's right, the little British rabbits.
Yeah, and then I had a Franklin.
Hey, it's Franklin.
Slower.
It was good.
Well, that's Nick Jr. We had Nick Jr.
Nick Jr. type.
But
what I meant was, you know, I get that perspective because those were like slow,
they were slow,
quiet.
Right.
Quiet's the thing for me, where I say everything has to be very loud and can't just be quiet. You have a conversation, and normally they're like, hey, because it's bombastic, and even I think it's really just like kids cartoons, because a lot of, you know, I want to say young adult, but like older kids, younger kids, they don't just have flashing cartoons too. Right. It's really just that quintessential young age where they're like, yeah fucking these kids can.
Well, your brain is developing.
Yeah, and they're like fucking flashlights and loud noise.
But they rage. The kids react to this.
Right.
Like, you take it away and they fucking rage.
Right.
They don't listen.
Fuck Caillou. No, we don't watch Caillou. Caillou's a fucking brat. Nobody likes him. He's a piece of shit.
Trash, and he's gonna grow up.
But here's the thing. People go like, well, in the 90s, we had things that were too much. Well, like if I was 2 years old watching this is not going to be good.
What do you mean?
At a 2 years old, that's 17 cuts in like 2 minutes.
It's the intro. It's just the intro.
There was that one Pokemon episode that literally gave kids seizures.
Oh, that's because you flashed red and blue. That was not their fault.
It's an intro. This doesn't count.
I mean, it's pretty hype though.
It's an intro to get you hyped for the show.
Yeah, it did immediately go like doo 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 doo. That's how they started every show, right?
Yeah.
They always had Angel Grove. What was it? The Juice Bar or whatever?
I forgot the name.
And it's like
it was Angel Grove.
And then they're doing kung fu dancing like this.
I think two things can be true. I think they're just jaded and a little bit, but I think two things can be true. I don't disagree in the sense that I think that in a general pantheon of things, we've consistently done a bad job accelerating and having just shortening and destroying attention spans. The one thing that I always like to allude to is like, you know, one of Michaela's friends or somebody she was talking to, like just an acquaintance. There we go.
Yeah.
Was like, oh yeah, I can't listen to podcasts. An hour's too long. And I was like, what do you mean? Like, it's not even an active thing. You can listen to a podcast and be around. Yeah, you can literally.
Don't worry. My new podcast will be. Did you know that podcasts have? I'm going to do the TikTok voice for 5 minutes, and then I'm going to end the podcast and then start a new podcast. I'm going to have out 17 episodes of podcasts a day, but they're all going to be 5 minutes.
And I'm sitting there
just for the new Gen Z audience.
And I'm like,
I know. I just came up with a fucking stupid idea.
A video essay is an amazing thing if you've ever sat through one. Like, they're a great time.
That's because you are an educated man who's been through a lecture before.
True.
These motherfuckers don't go through lectures.
They don't like lectures.
And there's a balancing act because I actually think like. Where this works, where those colors and those flashes work is a different form of medium, a form of media and medium. Games, that's what it's supposed to be because there's tactile feedback.
Right.
Because there's tactile feedback that you're associating with those things. So flashing colors, fast movement, that's supposed to be in games because at the end of the day, that's working on coordination. There's something else.
There are links scientifically for games and coordination.
Well, that makes you alert.
It's good.
Yeah, and makes you in tune. When you just are cool, when you take out the control away from that, and you continue to just put, we have short cycles of feedback loops. That's just burning your brain. That's burning your brain.
And now there's no Department of Education. Hooray! Piece of shit.
No comment.
These kids will be savage.
Piece of shit.
They will bring the draft back, and these kids will be soldiers.
No, but they can't pay attention because they'll be like, I got to learn sniping. I'm tired.
Oh, no, it's going to be like here's a gun, go kill something. And they're just going to
It's probably going to be themselves because they have no regulation.
Probably because they don't know.
They're all going to be Gomer Piles. I'm sorry.
Oh, I could see that.
They're all going to be Gomer Piles
from Full Metal Jacket.
Yeah, that's what I mean.
Okay, not like the actual.
Oh, no.
He was lovable.
Oh, yeah, not the actual Gomer Pile. I meant like the
Full
one.
Metal Jacket Gomer Pile.
Yeah, the one
absolutely
who shot himself in the head.
A whole force of just that.
Are we still going to be able to get the Patreon videos? I don't know. Those were all sexcellences, and I don't want to put half of those out because I want a paywall behind them. But I'll give you some of these other episodes just to answer that question. That's a fair question to ask. But I have actually canceled all the Patreon. So American Kamikaze Pilot? No, we have drones. They're not even good enough for that. They'd miss. They'd fucking miss because they don't have no hand-eye coordination because they don't play at home. They just play iPad.
They just watch it.
Fuck.
Jesus.
Point is,
the front line.
That's going to be their new trigger music. Coco Melon. So, speaking of trigger.
Question mark.
Yes.
And
I was trying to get to the movie.
No, I know. Are we? Can we have a moment of spoiler at the end?
Of course, we always do.
Because I was sitting here and I was like, I can navigate this without spoiling pretty easy. But there's so much.
Oh yeah, no. So just so you know,
spoil.
Oh, there's a lot.
Really?
There's a lot of nonsense.
Okay.
So we're gonna do a non-spoiler review of Captain America: Brave New World.
Majority of the review.
I mean, and then we're gonna do a spoiler. A lot of people don't give a shit about this movie. It feels like, which is very scary because it's the black lead.
I don't care.
In Black History Month, it's historic.
Great.
So we'll do the non-spoiler first, and then we'll do the spoiler at the end, all in one video, all for you. Sit tight, relax. It's all that.
Come and get me!
Fucking Christ on a Christmas stick. Don't watch this trailer. Don't watch this trailer.
It's a Brave New World.
Good gosh.
Welcome to the non-spoiler review of the Brave New World.
To the movie, I could have just watched that.
Yeah, I'm like, good God, that trailer showed a lot.
Not untrue. Hey, you stop that. Not untrue. So, guys, Captain America: Brave New World. I have one thing to start with, okay? And I'm sick of fucking Marvel doing this. And here's the thing: I don't tout myself as Mr. King movie reviewer. I do, however, count myself as somebody who notices things on behalf of the Mexcellence community and the Mexican community as a whole. It's the one thing that I feel is going to be missing is the gap I'm going to leave, and this organization is going to leave when I'm gone until I come back. And it's observations like this. Mm-hmm. Semi-spoiler, but it's in the first trailer. Actually, it's in this trailer. The opening scene. Why the fuck is the first people that the black Captain America beats up are Mexicans? Again! Marvel has the black people and the Mexicans fighting.
Oh, they did.
That's the second time they've done that shit.
Because were they Mexican?
They were from Oaxaca, or they were in Oaxaca, Mexico.
They were in Mexico.
They were in Oaxaca, Mexico, and you got to imagine the Serpent Society, which that's the guy, is the Serpent Society, got some local goons. Unless these are all guys from outside of all the world.
But they were saving Mexicans also.
Well, no, Captain America was saving religious Mexicans.
We know they're good.
He was speaking a little bit of Spanish in there. Lo siento mucho, Padre.
According to America Now, they're the only ones we know are good, right?
Because I was so interested when you had mentioned that, there's something
I was interested to.
They
you
did
are so right.
Again.
That's fucking.
Why does the black heroes got to beat up Mexicans for. Mexicans got to fight back.
Hey, y'all can't be on land or the water.
I know no shit. Neither land nor sea. Black people must be.
They gotta keep us apart because if we were united, shit would be different.
Exactly. Did they didn't watch Kendrick Lamar's halftime? They didn't because they made the movie before.
I will say when it comes, they do a lot of uniting in this movie too.
Well, that's because there's a fucking Mexican sidekick in this movie. Woo! I don't know if he's Mexican though because he's from Miami. I know.
No, he's Mexican. He's a Mexican actor and a Mexican character.
But he's from Miami, though. There's no Mexicans in Miami.
Yes, there are. Oh, my gosh. Stop being racist.
Not a lot.
I don't.
It's prejudice.
I said I don't know any. I didn't say they were.
I'm saying there's no historical farm or labor factories where Mexicans would go and immigrate to Miami.
All the way to Miami.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah,
Matt Chocolate Gaming said a couple of those mercs were Asian and white.
They were all wearing masks. You didn't know. You couldn't tell. I couldn't tell. There was one white guy that was the big boss, okay? And there was a trailer that you can see online with that fight too, which I guess just general feels about the movie. This is the most lopsided fucking MCU movie I've ever seen. Because at some moments, it's actually really fucking good and really fucking entertaining. And then there's just other times where I'm like, this sucks. This is boring and draining and stupid. And it starts off that way. Very much, because the big issue that Marvel caught itself in is the fact that they tie these fucking movies to these TV shows that not everybody watches. Now, the concern and the criticism I had of the old shows prior to Falcon and the Winter Soldier was WandaVision could be explained away in a sentence. Wanda went crazy and took over a city. Loki season 1, what happened there? They killed the time guy.
I don't think Loki can be explained in one.
The first season.
I don't either.
They killed the time guy.
Oh yeah, they killed the time.
The second one's a little fucking.
Yeah, so I was like, oh, okay.
Fair. God of stories and shit.
Yeah, that's a lot.
He's holding the multiverse together, but also there's a new multiverse thing with Wolverine and Deadpool. Don't worry about it. What is other TV shows?
It's a lot of them.
Well, Daredevil, I'm watching season 1.
Miss Marvel had that issue with.
That's right. Well, Miss Marvel, what happened? Kamala got powers. She got some bangles.
Yeah. Who's this child?
But who's this child? She got some magic bangles.
What I would say.
That's it.
To your point. Out of all of the Marvel MCU TV shows, this Captain America is the most critical one to view this movie in the sense of because a lot of the weight of some of the things that happen here are set up in that. And we might feel differently on this. I'm not mad at that. I just think it's when you have kind of set the expectations of, especially if you've seen Multiverse of Madness, where Wanda's just like, yeah, I did a lot of bad shit.
Right.
And
you could just imagine it.
Yeah.
This one, it's like, who's this guy? Who's this Mexican sidekick? Who's this other lady? Was she in it? No? Oh, she's this new character? Oh, this army guy. He's just a new character? Oh, he's got vibranium wings. Wait, when did that happen? And then you reminded me, that happened in the TV show. Yeah. And what sucks is that TV show got fucked up by COVID. They took out a COVID subplot. So that movie was fucked up. Then this movie was fucked up with, not necessarily fucked up with reshoots, but there was a couple of, let's say, world happenings that happened between the start of this movie and the release of this movie. Namely, Middle East stuff that we're going to kind of...
I don't think
but it affected one character in this movie we'll talk about in a little bit.
Yeah, it really
and kind of threw off the mojo in a lot of different ways. Also a presidential assassination attempt. Also, I feel like Hulks are going to be real in like 3 weeks. So I just feel like that's where we're headed. Is like, oh yeah, gamma radiation can turn people into monsters and nobody's vaccinating against it.
Believe it.
It's the Gulf of fucking Mexico. Anyway, but that's what I thought. Well, I want to go with the sourpuss first. You were on the other side of TJ.
Can I? Because I know you.
Go for it.
Yeah, go for it.
So I'm gonna keep you in check because I know when you laughed in this movie.
Keep me in check.
So if you
know my pain.
So if you BS, I'm gonna check you because I was next to him and I know when I heard vocal feedback that was more than just moans and groans, and it did happen. He did laugh.
Also, we did watch this. We did watch this in 40X, so we were
chuckles.
Yeah, the 40X makes for chuckles. Also,
no, it was not just 40X chuckles.
By the way, that was your first time doing 40X.
It was my first.
I don't say it. Chuckling about.
I know, because I was next to you, nigga.
You don't know why I was chuckling. It might not have been what was on the screen.
But go ahead. But all I'm asking is and please, Tommy, for me, look me in the eyes here, because you do this with the Cowboys too. I want a fair review.
What do you mean?
Because I know
Hey,
you.
look.
When you are ready to be sourpuss, you're going to be sour.
I am gonna give my honest opinion.
Just broad opinions, yes.
Honest opinions ain't fair. This shit is fucking terrible.
Terrible.
Awful fucking time in this goddamn movie.
Terrible.
And fuck you for taking me to.
Hey, you were 40 minutes late, and we still had 10 minutes of trailers.
Yeah, exactly. I'm thinking I was gonna get a break, but no.
Yeah, you took a piss break 5 minutes into the movie.
Yeah, like it was like, man,
and you didn't miss anything.
I know. It's just like
There's a lot of trailers.
this shit was pointless. This movie is so fucking pointless. And not only is it pointless, it's not very well made. Like, it really isn't. It just,
I
the action wasn't really that entertaining.
Oh, pause it. I'm not cutting you off.
What?
I super disagree on that front. I don't think it's a poorly made movie. Now, continue.
It looks cheap. Terrible green screen.
That's a tough.
Okay. Terrible green screen.
That is a horrible issue.
There was one scene in particular where, and I'm just going to say it blankly before we get spoilers, character looked like a cardboard cutout.
Yes.
It looked awful. I was like,
Really
what the
bad.
fuck?
I have to put an asterisk here because of the 3D portion that I just couldn't tell.
We also saw 3D was part of the 4DX.
Which is why I have to put a giant asterisk on the one graphical thing I felt strongly about, where I was like, I don't want to see this in 3D. I actually don't like that at all. Not because 3D is bad.
It's just hard to gauge some of the things.
It's hard to gauge
things.
the technical things when 3D's there. And this is the first movie I've seen in 3D in a very long time. So this is helpful in me being like, oh no, if I review a movie, I want the 4DX part. I don't want the 3D.
What's
part.
really
I
weird?
could do without the 3D.
What's really weird about it is that a lot of the frames I feel like were shot like this just to emphasize the 3D.
Yeah.
Like, see how like my hat is in like the background?
Yeah.
It didn't need to. It doesn't need to be.
Yeah.
It's just they do it because they want to make a 3D depth effect, and I'm like, that's a little distracting. Yeah. Stop putting things in front of the frame while I'm trying to watch this.
I can't cut you off like that.
Yeah, I'm not done. Like, it's just, I represent the person who has seen all this bullshit.
I've seen most.
I've seen all of it.
You took like 3 years off.
You did take like 3 years off.
And you know what?
You didn't even see the worst shit that they made.
Because I'm not stupid.
Moon Knight?
Moon Knight's awful.
Which one was the worst thing they made?
Oh, fuck. I still respect the Eternals because at least it was different. At least it was.
Hey, well, they bring back. I think it was Tiamat back from the grave.
I say Ant-Man was really fucking awful.
That third one actually was balls.
That
actually
one was really terrible.
Really
and
balls.
I've forgotten most of the others.
Secret Invasion, that's right. That one was kind of balls
fucking
too.
Love and Thunder was bad.
Love and Thunder was awful.
Really bad.
I really fucking hated the Guardians of the Galaxy, which is what
Guardians of the Galaxy is, hey, you ready for these guys to die yet?
Emotional
They're gonna die,
movie.
and then they didn't fucking die.
You have to admit you're on the outskirts on that one. I'm not a Guardians of the Galaxy fan.
Like being emotionally manipulated.
Yeah, that one sucked for that reason
cheap.
only.
It was very cheap.
Was that both of you?
Doctor Strange. Yeah, Doctor Strange was awful.
Real quick, sidebar.
Go ahead.
Guardians of the Galaxy 3 literally was like, hey, we have this gun to the squirrel's head. Yeah. It's gonna die.
Look how sad the squirrel is.
And if it, no. It was a squirrel and a hippo and Drax at one point and Gamora and Mantis. Everyone got the gun at some point. Hey, we're gonna fucking shoot him. And then guess what? Never pulled the trigger. Never pulled the trigger.
Except for the animals. They killed the animals.
They killed a couple animals.
So I mean, again, go ahead. My bad.
No.
Well, someone said you're hating just to hate.
No, I am.
He is, but
I'm not. I am okay. I am jaded because it's the same thing. It's nothing this movie does that's really any different than the rest. Fight in the sky, let's do it. Okay,
it's a cool fight in the sky.
A cool fight.
That's a lot. Okay, Tommy, that's a lie.
Did you see me yawning during that scene?
No, because you were other side.
I literally yawned.
Because also that's impossible because we're in 4DX. So
I was like this.
You're not.
I was. You weren't paying attention. I truly was.
Like this right here, that was a fun scene.
It wasn't.
It was the first Iron Man flight fight with actual stakes and fun and action. You know when he's testing out the suit when he's fighting the Americans? It was fun.
You're done. I got none of it.
You're done.
Listen,
you're done.
You were excited. You were excited.
I was not excited.
Did something for you. After seeing the bullshit this fucking company has shown me for the past 5 years, it doesn't do a thing to me anymore. I want to get the fuck out of it because I know how it's going to play. It's no shocks. It's nothing different. It's the same bullshit in different packaging every fucking time with this fucking studio.
So where did you see this fight before in this movie or in other movies?
I don't need to see the exact same fight. It's a fight in the sky with CG everywhere. Like, it's nothing. It didn't do anything special. The camera angles weren't different. They didn't do Top Gun Maverick shit. They did nothing special. Like, what was special about that goddamn scene?
So this is where I have to interject.
Guys in fucking Falcon suits fighting?
Fuck them. I hope they died. I wish they died, Sammy. That's how I feel.
It was the end of the second act. Come on, man.
God damn it.
I'm gonna give my
Fuck Marvel, man.
Go ahead, TJ.
Because, I mean, it's hard to do. Okay, look, I'm be real with you. It's hard to do a review like that, and you're a really talented reviewer. So this is what's frustrating with me. I know you're jaded. But you have to talk about the movie, Tommy. You're not talking.
What do you want me to talk about? I didn't enjoy any of it.
And that's not true.
And a lot of it's forgettable.
That's not true. That's a fair argument. There you go. That's a real argumentation.
Yeah, it's mediocre at best.
But you coming in and just being like, I hate it because of that 5 years of bullshit before.
No,
that's not on this movie's fault.
I've already mentioned the CGI was shit. I didn't think the action scenes were filmed very good. I don't think the editing was very good. I will say the writing is terrible. The writing is fucking awful.
Hold on.
That script is awful.
Writing, not very good. I would agree. And two, I think that the major set piece fights were all pretty good. The hand-to-hand combat to prove, Sam Wilson is a human fighting machine didn't prove it. I mean, he's supposed to be like maybe Jackie Chan-esque or Snake Plissken almost, or not Snake Plissken. I'm sorry. The guy from Big Trouble in Little China, the main Kurt Russell, that character. Where he's kind of like, I'm a regular guy and I'm gonna fight, and he's just kind of a dunce. And then also, who's another person that plays that role? John McClane. He's supposed to be that type of guy who he's getting beat up. He didn't take the super soldier serum, and the fights are supposed to prove that. The hand-to-hand fights are supposed to prove that.
Yeah.
That way he's not just running around super powered with vibranium wings and cool shit. And those fight scenes were lackluster.
Yeah.
They were just like, the thuds weren't thudding, the slams weren't slamming.
There wasn't anything special about that.
There was nothing special about those hand-to-hand fights.
So I haven't given my opinions. So, because I think I'm the most positive in the room, but that's not because I'm so Marvel. So actually, the reason, and I'll admit this, I've said this before on air. I took a break from Marvel for a while because I said,
"Lucky you."
I mean, nigga, you don't have to see the movie. You chose to, except for Ant-Man, in which case I conned you.
Yes, but that's the one that broke the camel's back. So you did this.
I didn't do it. Could have said no. But I would say, just to kind of break it down section by section, we're very on the opposite sides of action. Because I think everything, to be fair, I think everything in the sky was awesome.
Yeah, I think
genuinely awesome, and they did a great job with the main center. Okay, let me phrase that. The main centerpiece, kind of. Mm-hmm. I think I actually consider that the main centerpiece, and then you kind of get bonus shit after. But
it's like I said, the end of the second act. And then the third act kicks in the final.
But the third act is very much like, and I think someone said in the chat, no, Red Hulk's in it for a minute, for longer than you think, not too long. But
right,
I would say that the main climax part I thought was really well done. I thought it was done very good.
I think it ended a little abruptly.
To me,
it ended a little abruptly, and they didn't have a way out.
Yes.
And it was the same thing that they did with any other Hulk, which was just like...
Oh, no, not that part.
Oh, wait, which part?
I meant the second act.
Second act fight. Oh, okay.
I thought the second act, the way that part leads up to the Hulk part.
Right, yeah. They set the stakes. The stakes are high.
And
espionage and what's the other word? Global intrigue and whatnot.
Yeah,
and they're setting it all up.
And you have these stakes, and then when you have the stuff, and you see it in the trailer when he goes to the missile, like they're doing some cool shit. I would also agree on the ground. All right, so the first round of
Anthony Mackie's 45 years old. He can't be doing all these stunts like they have him.
No, I mean, I was like, okay, this
is.
He? I don't think he's 45. He doesn't. Is he 45?
He's 46. That was rough shit.
Damn.
You were helping him out.
I was helping him out. I mean, that's what I'm saying.
These
ages very well.
Yeah.
That said, I would say that the hand-to-hand wasn't... No, because I wanted to say that I'm kind of with you, but there's one character in this who made that hand-to-hand, quote-unquote, very fascinating because he shows up, and that was a good section.
Look it. Hand-to-hand is not the same as artillery. Now,
Okay, wait, you want to get? I'll give you 2 pluses.
Okay.
I love the overall the main villain from the comics. I'm a fan of that villain.
Okay, so you
And
thought
I
it
like
paid
what they
good
did. I
a
liked
good
that.
portrayal.
No, and I can vouch for that because
And Giancarlo Esposito. that motherfucker made this shit for
he
me.
can act.
He's the only one who kept it tolerable for me.
Giancarlo Esposito is I'll describe his character as such, a fucking problem.
No, big
because
time.
anytime he's on screen, which is not enough and not a lot, he is a menace to society.
Like you've never seen. He is the villain that you need in most movies.
Well, that's the thing. Slight spoiler: he survives, so I hope to see him again.
Oh, you have to bring
doing
that fucking
other
character
things.
back.
That's okay.
I would like to see
That's
him
not a
versus-
slight spoiler. That's a big spoiler. But
Not really.
yeah, it is.
I would like to see
No.
him
The big
versus-
criticism of a lot of MC movies is that they kill their good villains, and this one is just a jobber who just so happens to be fucking vicious for no reason.
What I appreciate about it,
I'll say efficient.
what I appreciate about his character is no matter what situation, he's very much like it could be a cordial conversation. Motherfucker's like, but I'll kill you though. Like that's how he ends up. Don't get it twisted. I'll
You're
fuck
gonna
you
die,
up.
right?
Right. I would describe the second fight scene with him, Darth Maul Qui-Gon. On site, just fists, just blasted.
No, he was not having. But I would say in terms of this movie for me, there's one part of it that works really, really, really well, and actually, and you know, I might be on an island there, but there's a character here who you're like, oh, like when things start to happen, I actually was like, damn, that sucked. Like,
Right.
like you're just
Right.
that part. Excellent. They did a great job.
I saw your emotional, kind of leaning into your seat back, fuck. And I agreed with you, which is what I mean. The pendulum.
Because then
when they hit those things,
it's actually like a fuck.
it's good. A good fuck. Fuck.
That's it.
There's some stakes here. There's a thread here that Falcon and the Winter Soldier hammered way too hard that they could actually thread the needle on in this movie and get the message across. They didn't quite thread the needle.
Not.
They did not on that point until the end where they tried to thread that needle
crowbar it in
with a
there.
hammer,
Yeah.
which was just too much.
In what? In this or in Falcon and whatever, it doesn't matter. Look, so I think that there's a part of this movie that works. And then I do agree with you that there's another element to this movie that I enjoy kind of, but then I kind of don't. Cause
That's your way of saying it's trash.
No. The element that the comic book character that you liked.
Yeah.
Who, by all accounts, was also a problem.
But he seems out of place here. To me.
Yes.
Yeah.
There's sections of this where I'm like,
His motive's not super.
His motive's not clear, and there's a lot going on.
Yeah.
And because he's not a villain that
he's not a spotlight villain.
right.
He's a and don't get it twisted. When you hear his voice, bad shit's gonna happen, and it's
You were
kind of
laughing.
funny. I was
You laughed
laughing.
every time he spoke.
Right. He's like, hey guys,
The voice is very like.
I'm so smart. I'm gonna kill all of you. What? Oh shit.
Oh God.
No, and I liked that part. I just wish it was wrapped in a better package.
Yeah.
And for him, and it's so weird because while I don't agree that I don't think I ever hit the point of, oh, this part sucks. Mm-hmm. The highs, I actually was like, damn, this is the MCU that I like.
Right.
Like really, really good.
Right.
Really, really, shut up. Really, really.
I agree with him. There
what
was
specific?
There was glimpses of.
You can't say it yet.
Because it
say-
doesn't exist.
Well, no, it does exist. It's once again the thread of, and I'll just say it broadly, the thread of being a black Captain America is dealt with really well to start, and then they abandon
They
it.
stick the landing.
They don't stick the landing at all. But when they set it up, you're like, I get it, and it's not over the head, and it's beautiful, and there's history, and then they just lose it in the middle of all the stuff that they're just throwing at the darts of this movie, because this movie is just nothing but darts.
And there's a bit of cohesiveness that you feel is missing. And while I don't think it gets to, I don't think it gets to the end and like Slammer said, I will still say that there's a part that I really like. There's a thread that's and there's 3 threads. One I really like, one I'm like meh, and one I'm like, yeah, I guess.
Racism is the fourth threat.
No, the middle thread is like, yeah, I guess. The other part to this, and I guess I can flip into this, is I don't think there's an actor in this movie who did a bad job, or at least out of the main ones. I know you don't like one of them.
I think Shauna Ray was kind of weird. Do you remember Shauna Ray?
No, I didn't consider. I meant like.
Okay.
It took me a while.
Okay. So
I didn't think that was a mainstay actor.
I didn't like.
But if you're gonna count that one, yes, I didn't like that particular casting choice.
She's like 4'11".
So there is a woman. I forget the actress' name. Actually, correction. I never knew the actress's name, but she plays a very controversial character. We'll get into it in the spoiler territory. But she's supposed to be.
Physics isn't a thing in this movie.
Well, she's supposed to be in this movie a Black Widow, and she is not only 4'11", she looks tiny, and she looks very tiny. She's also, and this is not too like, it's not a body shame thing,
no,
but disproportionate. Like her arms were a little longer than her torso. Like it was. No, because she was short, but I was like, no, I was like, does she have dwarfism? Is this like someone that's right on the thing? Or does she have, she is a unique looking individual.
I'm not following you.
You don't have to. You don't have to. These are questions I had in my mind, which was distracting me beyond the controversial stuff, which we'll get to. But she comes in and she's this person of authority coming in at mid-chest to these superheroes and Anthony Mackie and Joaquin Torres, Mexican Falcon, which we'll get to in a little bit. And she's just totally out of place. And she reminded me a little bit of Gal Gadot, whatever you pronounce it, where like she's has an accent, but she's trying to struggle to say the words, like a word vomit.
That didn't bother me.
It bothered me a lot. Every time she spoke, it bothered me a lot.
But that's the accent of where she's from.
I think
that part made sense.
That part was fine with me too.
Yeah, no, that part. It's just she's not. She doesn't. You
can see how tall she is right there.
It's a presence thing.
It's a presence she doesn't have.
And where you're having, and I think it only stands out because you're having a lot of pieces who are acting so goddamn well.
Right.
And then you have a piece that you're like, it has nothing to do with type, height, anything like that.
Well, fucking Florence Pugh's like 5 foot. Like, that has nothing.
And Florence, and she does the
she does the accent. She has
she does the whole nine.
Everything that this character does, that character has done far better.
Right. And because of the controversy, it's essentially a duplicate of that character.
It feels like
and Florence Pugh that way. And Florence Pugh did it better.
Yeah, it feels like she was supposed to be there.
The other Black Widow-esque characters are just better. Because, but to that point, the reason why I say the characters are so good, and I will tee this up to you afterwards, is because, quite frankly, I don't care what anyone tells me, this movie does the best sidekicking out of any
Look it.
the best sidekicking.
You know I don't like Batman. You know I don't like Batman. I don't like DC. I don't like the Joker. But we have not seen a truer Batman and Robin dynamic until ever. Fuck that. Really? What movie have you seen Batman and Robin like that is actual Batman and Robin where Batman's like, I gotta do some stuff. Robin, go on the computer and look up some shit. You got it, boss. Yeah. Clack, 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 clack. And
grab
he does it.
Let's go.
Hey, grab your bag. You are a little bit underprepared compared to me, but you're still very talented and capable of getting things done.
I mean, there's a part in the movie where he talks and he's like, hey, yo, speak in English. Like, insinuating, like, hey, no, my sidekick, fully capable, very smart.
Right.
He's just not skilled as me in another area.
Like literally just time experience, you know? And their relationship is so cool because Joaquin Torres is like a real person almost. Like he's not like a quippy Joss Whedon character.
Like Avatar
he's not Kamala Harris, Kamala Harris, Kamala Khan, or Kamala. Anyway,
he's quippy, but not in the way that's quippy. If that makes sense, he's not like, oh hey, chopping your shop. No, he's just like, motherfucker, I'm happy to be here.
Right, exactly. He's just like, I'm like Avenger adjacent. This is fucking sick, dog. I love this shit. But like, he is like not like Kate Bishop. He's not like Yelena, where they're just like so quippy and what the Thunderbolts is going to be. He seems like a real guy. I don't know. Did you like him, or did you didn't like him at all?
No.
Why not?
He was boring. Give me quippy. Give me something. Like, cause he's just there.
That's bullshit. That's what I'm saying. It's
fucking there.
No, it's bullshit.
He didn't do anything to stand out.
No, that's a lie.
What did he do to stand out?
What I mean?
You know what?
No, what I
He didn't
mean.
do anything to stand out.
I need
What I
you-
mean-
I
no,
need
what
you
I
to
mean
break
by that-
protocol. I
no,
need
what
you to go against what Sam says because you got to
He
do this.
did.
He did a young gun thing,
Yeah,
which is kind
exactly.
of I can shake him.
But what I mean by that is, I know that's bullshit because if he was quippy, you would be like, he was quippy. If he was quippy,
I've never had that complaint about any character.
because he likes quippy.
I love Quippy. For Marvel, give me Quippy.
Okay.
That's what you're here for.
I'm gonna challenge that.
Okay.
But that's fair. I'm not trying to be on your chops. I'm trying to have
You clearly
fair.
are.
I'm trying to have
My opinion
fair.
is clearly not good enough for you.
Yeah, I just want to try it fair because, again, I know when you're like, the problem is, Tommy.
Yes.
Look me in the camera here. I have seen you review a bad movie,
Right.
and I know when it's true, when it feels earnest.
Tommy, are you hungry?
No.
doesn't-
I'm really not.
This feels like hater to hate.
No,
that's what it
it's
feels like.
not, man.
'Cause I know when you- I
just
know-
want something special. I've come off of seeing 2 fucking great movies.
What you see?
The past couple days, I saw Companion, which is amazing, and I saw One of Them Days, which I highly recommend. It's a remake of Friday, essentially, with women. It's scissors in it. That's all you need. So yeah, no, like I've come off of seeing quality.
Sorry, you said scissors.
Yeah. She looks great. Yeah, no. Like, so I've seen special movies now. I've seen people do different things. To me, this is the same thing. It's the same thing.
And what I will support
like, you know the beats. It's the same beats.
What I will support you on is what I'll support you on is there's nothing in this movie that makes me sit there and be like, this did something different than the other Marvel movies. With the exception of, I think that there is, like, it's to your point, it's genuinely tackling, Black Captain America. I think it does genuinely. I don't think it does that, like, it falls away from that. Mm-hmm. So, I mean, I guess this is, like, the biggest screen for that. But also, this is kind of a return to form in a different way. And that's what I felt, where I was like, this is a return to form of, like, me going to a Marvel movie and being like, to your point, Sammy, I don't think this is the best Marvel movie ever. But I'm not even mad. I was like, this is a good time. Like, because there was a point in period where everybody's fucking mad. Like, just leaving it there. The Marvels, no one's happy.
Right.
GOG3, I think, got a little bit of a pass. Ant-Man, oh my gosh, I still get beat. I still get beat up from you for that one.
Yeah,
that
would be out to dry.
Terrible.
Because I left this one and I was like, I'm happy that there's high highs and low lows. This is my expectation of like it's an origin story basically.
Right, but for a character that like we see and we know. And Tommy, you said it was beat for beat. I thought it was a little bit of free jazz in the middle where it wasn't necessarily good jazz. It wasn't necessarily good jazz. But they were like, they started off.
That exact pace. Because when this
And
shit,
it ended. It was out. It was
when
done.
it lulls, man. And it's overstayed its welcome about 15, 20 minutes.
No, I think that's compounded with the trailer.
See, not at the end. I would say
might be right.
it overstayed its welcome. Not at the end. In the middle. There were some things with that fucking Ruth. What was her name? The Sombra is the character. The tiny girl lady. By the way, Shauna Ray, this is what we wanted you to do. Shauna Ray's the girl whose pituitary gland stopped, so she was an 8-year-old and got stuck there. Remember that girl?
Yeah,
Talked about our good friend of the show,
Yeah.
who is fucking dope. I don't want her to be that character, but I want her. That's what we wanted for her.
Yeah,
so at least I got a little representation for Shauna Ray and those who are not that tall. JJ's not here, but also representation for JJ. I don't know. He was the shortest guy I know. Also, you better like this movie, or Giancarlo Esposito is going to come and shoot you in the face with a giant revolver Desert Eagle
with
thing.
That fucking character.
And I think that's my biggest criticism.
Which one?
It is going to be, for as positive as I am about general things, it's this weird feeling where I'm like, there's nothing that I say I would cut in the sense of the beats were relevant to the story they were trying to tell. There's just a whole ass couple of lines I would have been like, now fuck that.
Well,
if that makes sense, it's like,
yeah.
I would have cut things if I could cut things, except one character who's just brought in and doesn't deserve what happens to them because fuck that. They're like,
Which, by the way, not a character, not a recurring character, just some guy that was there to die in the most gruesome way possible.
Nice dude. You're like, I like this guy.
This guy's a solid guy.
He was a really cool dude.
All this espionage.
It just got fucked up.
And second guessing.
Like, don't do this, and they did. I was like,
not only did they do it, they did it immediately, like real quick.
Yeah.
This is really what happens. Give y'all perspective. No spoiler. It's like
shows at the beginning. Goes, hey, my brother who's in the military.
Too much.
No. Oh, go ahead.
Too
Fine.
much.
Fine.
Too much. So guy comes through, and he's very much like. But in the middle, he just turns around, and he just literally split second. Doesn't get more than that. That's how much happened set him up.
No.
You see him in the middle, and then his last moments just.
It's not even fair because you're forgetting at the beginning. He's like, "Hey, how's your sick puppy?" And he's like, "You remembered, Cap. Thanks for being my friend." And then he goes away, and then he goes, "Cap, I'll help you. You're my best friend.
My God.
Thank you for thinking about my dog and giving him medicine." And then the third one's like, "I solved it for you, Cap. I'm gonna." He just fucking explodes. Now it's proverbial. This is all proverbial, but he just fucking explodes. And this movie is kind of mean spirited in some ways because some people just fucking die.
Yeah.
Red Hulk fucking murders people straight up. Another character just straight up shoots people in the chest for no reason. Giancarlo Esposito, fucking GTA's motherfuckers in the open.
Like a G.
They didn't even get out the car.
No.
They didn't even go freeze.
What I
They
love
didn't
about
even
that character, that character is the most realistic character I have ever seen in one of these.
Right, this guy was a cop 3 days from retirement. That guy, he was
Yeah, of
like,
course.
Yeah, it felt it felt like that very much. And again, I want y'all to go in blind for that, but just you.
I mean, you kind of know he's a fucking goner.
No, you don't.
you kind of don't.
Yeah, I mean,
but
you
also
don't.
no, you don't. But you also don't necessarily feel too bad. You go, "Aw," and then you move on
Yeah.
with your life.
I felt bad because I said no. Because here's the delta. When I saw that nigga's face again, I said no.
Yeah, that's when you knew.
That's when I
Yeah,
knew.
it's like-
Because really it was
A one-off is fine.
Yeah, one off.
Yeah.
Sweet exchanges. Anytime he's on screen, you're like, oh, they do a good job of like a quick moment where you're like, okay, there's a little bit of a relationship here.
Right.
Banter.
He's around.
He's around. He's
And
a
then
guy.
by the end of the movie, let me tell you verbatim, true fact. You do not want to be Captain America's friend. Don't be Captain America's
Don't be
friend.
Captain-
Don't be
you're
Captain
fucked
America's acquaintance.
No.
Don't be
fuck
near
with him at all.
that nigga because you are not safe.
Well, I think that brings us to our spoiler talk. But let's give our final thoughts. Tommy, let's just start with the bad. Your final thoughts. 3 out of 10.
Fucking 3 out of 10.
Nothing
I'm
redeeming.
over these goddamn movies so much.
But it's a black hero.
That's not doing it for me. When that doesn't do it for me, then that's a big problem.
No, I just
Bring Blue Marvel and let someone direct. Let Coogler direct it.
I'm reviewing the movie that's in front of me, not what I.
I reviewed the movie.
What did you want from this movie?
More interesting characters. Like, I don't think Sam Wilson's a very interesting character. I
Tommy,
just
you know
don't.
that Ben Shapiro's going to pull this clip one last time and have a black man saying
Can
that
I-
a black Captain
look,
America.
No. I would love a good black Captain America. Like, I don't like Sam Wilson that much in the comic books. And there are other black Captain Americas.
Like
also
Isaiah
that- which
Bradley.
I would love to have seen an Isaiah Bradley movie.
Well, we have the
grandson-
multiverse.
His grandson is basically Captain America. I would love to have seen that.
What was
There's
his-
an
what was
alternate
grandson's
where
name?
Luke Cage's daughter is a Captain America.
Again, now you're starting to get
Let's
too.
do that.
You're starting to get too deep into.
I mean, but it's
can't-
more interesting ones, man. And like, I love the fact that I hope this movie is successful. I just didn't like it. Like, it's boring. It was boring to me. The characters were boring to me. It was no quips, not enough, no good jokes. The writing wasn't that good. Fuck, man. And fuck Ben Shapiro. So yeah, if you pull the clip, fuck you, you're a piece of shit and your dick is small. So like, listen, I don't like this movie. Doesn't mean I don't want black representation. That's not what I'm doing here. I got to be honest, man. I'm just being honest. Didn't do it
Well,
for me.
technically, we all supported Palestine by watching it, according to some people.
Well, fuck you.
No, it's not incriminating. I'm just saying people are already boycotting it for that reason. One of the characters was retconned into not being a Palestinian superhero, which is what the character was. Well, Israeli.
Yeah.
Sorry, yeah, you're right. Sorry, Israeli. Which we'll talk about in the spoilers in a few moments. But people are already boycotting it for that reason because they didn't eliminate the character altogether. Which my biggest complaint is, I didn't like the character, period, like at all.
And it would have been fine.
Or it could have literally just been anybody from the annals of Marvel did not need to be that character in particular.
Yeah, this character really didn't need to be there. Again, nothing special. Not doing anything
not
special.
doing anything. It could have been Maria Hill if we had her.
Well,
but it wasn't.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah,
She didn't get shot in the chest off camera.
on a shit show.
I'm usually like, if I'm fine with you not being the strongest actor in a room if they're not trying to spotlight you.
It's not even actor. It's character.
Actress, excuse me.
It's character. No.
Actress and character.
Character. All she did was be a hard ass and then all of a sudden not be a hard ass. It was really weird.
That actually, dang, I didn't even talk about
right,
that.
because she goes, I am a hard ass. I do things by rules. I do not want to do this. And then it's like, I'm Captain America. Okay, I'll help you. And it's like, wait a minute. She was being a hard ass by the book.
There was a reason for the switch up, which I'm fine with the I have to help part. Not
the way they got there.
Yeah, not the now we're friends. Not like I wasn't part of that.
Right.
It's like, because you can be like, hey, let me help you out. But I don't really like it yet. Right. And at the end of the movie, you've earned that like little comment at the end where you're like, oh,
right.
And you're like, okay, cool.
I'm still going to put you in jail or whatever. And you go, harumph, ha ha ha.
What about you, Sammy?
Me? This is actually might be the best Marvel movie to put on in the background when you're cleaning. Like I said that about the Marvels last time, where that was really enjoyable. But I feel like I would sit down and watch the Marvels more than like there's more scenes and cute shit and funny shit in the Marvels than entertaining shit here. Like if you catch me watching that space the sky battle, I might put my laundry down and watch it. If they're just talking about if Harrison Ford is in a bunker somewhere, I'm not watching that part because it's repetitive.
Yeah,
it's just like, oh man. We'll get to spoilers.
They could have done so much more with that.
Right,
you had a little meat there with his whole thing.
But again, that goes into the problem of. Continue.
Right. So that's what I'm saying. So you fold your clothes while they're you're talking. Oh, Red Hulk shows up. All right, it's time to watch. Take a drink of water. Oh yeah, that's pretty. Oh, that's pretty cool. And then the movie's over. And then you put on I don't know, Ghost Rider by Nicolas Cage. I don't know, because you got to do more laundry. But this is that type of movie. My dad might be confused when he watches this because of all the fucking prelude information dump they give you in the first 10 minutes of the movie, but he might like the action, and that's kind of where it is. It's like, hey dad, you want to go watch this movie? Sure. That was a fun waste of time. I just wanted to get out of the house. If you want to get out of the house this weekend, that's fine. If you want to do a Valentine's Day date, this is a weird movie to do it. I wouldn't. Is there a cutesy movie or a horror movie to go to this weekend?
Yeah, Companion's out.
You said that was a good movie?
I think it's
go watch Companion instead of this. I'd say that. I'm giving this a 6 because it's not that good. I will say it's not that good, but it is somehow still enjoyable in parts because those enjoyable parts are really enjoyable. When it's bad, it's boring, and I think that's a bigger crime.
That's the worst.
Because I don't think it's terrible.
I think
it's boring.
To me, boring is the worst thing you can be.
I think the worst thing you can be, in my opinion, is muddled, and this movie gets muddled.
It's muddled, and there's we'll get to it in spoilers. Right. I'm more positive than both of you, but not by much. I wouldn't say like you're thinking I'm gonna come out here, give it a 9 out of 10, click my boots, and I've said to give my score real quick. It's a 7.5.
Wow!
Give it a 7.5.
Wow!
But I gave it a 7.5 with an asterisk. 7.5 because genuinely speaking, and it's really carried hard. That the one thing that worked for me really worked, and it really worked well. The problem is. The problem is, good God, is there a lot of nonsense around it? But I don't want to take away from some of the wins that it did have. Because, again, this is not like, I mean, Hispanic people, they did a great job of making a character who was not like straight center stage the entire movie.
That is true. This is the first one, and he's not going like, "Hey Holmes, how's it going?"
Center
he's
stage,
just a guy.
He's a little dorky.
He's the closest thing to me in one of these Marvel movies ever. Smart guy, university grad, military, not military, skinny, not skinny, young, not young anymore. But you know what? I was young once, and I was like, you know what? I'd probably be like this.
Don't try and gas yourself.
Well, he's not too. Well, the thing is, he's not too hot-headed. Well, like he's maybe to the detriment of the character. Not too hot-headed, not too caliente, not too Chicano. He'll say some things. He's right now.
I love the fact that he was just a normal dude.
Right. And I think we need a little more of that.
Have personality.
I think that's what he was missing. His personality didn't need to be Orale Holmes. He just needed something else.
Yeah, no, that's a stereotype. That's not a personality.
Well, that's what people think a personality is. So so what happens is you get rid of the stereotypes, and then you got to add something to him. Yeah. He's too eager, which that would have been very easy. He's a little eager in this movie, but you can amp that up to four more gears.
Captain has to say, "It's calm the fuck down." Okay, Cap. All right. Cool.
Yeah, but make him ADHD. Make him super excitable. Yeah. Yes. Make him impulsive. Be like, I got it. Am
I on an island that says I don't need that?
Well, I'm sorry. We need characters.
That's not. No. I thought that the fact that he was a normal dude was the best part of his character, and he was, and in the sense of. You oftentimes when the Falcon was originally introduced, like with Anthony Mackie,
right,
getting introduced to Cap, which was a great introduction, great storyline, but motherfucker was cool, calm, collected. That was his thing, but he didn't feel normal right out the gate either.
But he was also a veteran and was good at what he did. He was a part of a fighter class and was skilled already. So at the very least, he had some experience where this kid doesn't have that.
No, and that was the delta where every time, and if I don't feel like we're watching the same movie on that part where I'm like, oh yeah, his character is, yes, he is actively naive, but they never make him too much. He's not extra, I'll give you that. But I liked that part because at the end of the day, he was very smart. He executed well. He still showed that he had a little bit of naivete in a moment where you can kind of see, because the moment of his crescendo of his character in this movie, they allude to, and even at the start where they're like, where he's like, I want to do something. I want to get out there. I want to
be an adventurer.
And he's like, hey, yo, teach me this. And I thought that was actually a really good part to the character. But besides that point, the other people who acted very well, I thought they did a great job. At the end of the day, I left this movie being like, and I do have the Marvel refresh, so the Marvel refresh does help.
I'm sorry, I got a little distracted. Last thing before you give your rating, you're talking about normal characters. If you're going to have him be a more normal character, get rid of Thaddeus Ross's black assistant, who is just there to give exposition.
Give her something to do.
He was Anthony Mackie's inside guy. She was just there.
I thought she was gonna do. They put the camera on her face as if she's there for a reason.
They should have made the fucking Israeli character, got rid of her, and then gave that lady
consolidated the character.
Gave that lady all of the cool action.
It would have been awesome.
Would have been great because it would have been. But he's like, hey, I gotta kill you, man, or I gotta arrest you, Captain America, even though we're friends, because I work for the fucking president. Conflict, it would have been fine.
Relax, Jesus Christ, it's just a character.
Who else could they have picked for?
But I will give you that. I'll give you that. It was a weird, like, are you important, kind of? But I would still say it's just a character that's there.
It's too many characters.
Well, it's too many.
But I think it's a problem. It's
human stand-ins.
Yeah,
you need somebody to be like, hey, this world is fantastic and crazy. We need someone to explain everything. Javier's a good guy. Wasn't there? Diego, whatever the fuck. He's a good guy to do that. But you can't have a person also there to explain everything the president does because that's confusing. And then the leader has to explain everything, probabilities. I'm sorry. He's in the fucking ads. Yeah, he is. He's in the trailers.
He is?
He's in another trailer, yeah.
Oh, God.
And in the TV spots, and he's got posters. So, yeah, people know he exists. But he's over here, like, just explaining all the plots. What do you give us so we can get to spoilers?
I already gave it. I started off with the score.
7.5?
Can I?
But the other...
we're going to talk about spoilers. You can say it in spoilers.
No, the quick thing was that everything else aside, the part with the Red Hulk was good. Really good.
In 40X, Red Hulk was terrifying as shit because we were getting thrashed about.
There was like 40X throughout the rest of the movie. Yeah.
Mild. Fine.
It's crazy. Okay, cool. Hulk touched the screen.
Hulk is like, I'm going to pick up this part of the White House. And fucking, yeah, actually, the biggest victim of this movie is the White House.
The White House wasn't doing nothing wrong.
The White House got fucked up
twice.
Hasn't been more fucked up since Independence Day.
Yeah.
Like, that White House got fucked up.
Tommy, you had one more thing to add before we go to
spoilers.
Yeah, before we get to spoilers.
Yeah, you're up in arms. This is for you specifically. You're up in arms because I feel the way I feel.
No,
it's because it's a bias towards it. Because like Marvel has taken excitement out of my soul, threw it in the toilet, and flushed that.
And I am harder on you.
It's like I can't, man. Like this shit used to like get me excited. I used to be the person that tried to find anything.
Tommy, you're old.
It ain't even old, man.
Yeah, you're old.
It's not. It's the lack of excitement.
You're liking broccoli now. This is your taste changing.
Broccoli.
This is your taste changing.
not, though.
This is for little babies and children
No, I
and
love
dumb
comic
ass
book things.
motherfuckers.
I'm still here.
I was pointing at myself.
How I am, I don't know. I'm still here for Daredevil because that's my guy. Hopefully they don't fuck that up. It all looks like they won't, but like
They're gonna make it woke. I'm sorry.
I don't care.
I'm sorry. I had
that's
to do
fine. Like I don't give a fuck about that part.
Gonna
Just
make Daredevil
something
woke.
good,
He's
man.
gonna see.
Hopefully he would. Yeah.
Daredevil's
Go
like,
with that.
I can't see, but I can see.
Color. He only sees
see
white
me.
people.
Yeah.
He doesn't even see black people. That's his blind spot.
But yeah, no, like Fantastic Four, I have nothing for that, man. I'm not excited about that shit.
Actually, I'm not excited because I'm not.
That would have gotten me excited.
Really?
If this was like 4 years ago,
but
that would have gotten me excited.
The thing I like about Fantastic Four is aesthetic because I like that aesthetic.
Well,
I love the fact that they did. They should have done it 4 years ago.
Well, that's the problem. So my problem with Fantastic Four, just so we put a pin on this and go into spoilers, is that, man, Fantastic Four looks great. They are going to abandon that aesthetic immediately in the guaranteed preceding movie because they're talking about it's in another universe, it's in another thing. So if we're talking about incursions, this version is going to be ripped into our world and stay in our world, but are they going to be vintage? It's going to immediately abandon the thing that makes it unique and cool right after it's done.
That's what they do.
And it's going to be back in the MCU, desaturated orange color
Back to
grading.
this bullshit.
And it's going to be Reed Richards in that trying to be
color-
like... Huh?
The color grading changed.
Yeah, let's get to spoilers. We're going to fade to black and then go to spoilers.
Spoilers
Thank you for
happening.
watching. If you're leaving now, thank you for watching. And be sure to stick around for our 24-hour, 10-hour live stream next Saturday. That's going to be the 22nd? I think it's the 22nd. Let's try it. Make sure. We'll get you guys out of here real quick.
21st.
22nd. 22nd. Saturday, February 22nd, 2025. 10-hour stream. Everybody's coming. I got to invite some more people. But until then, we have more shows next week. So join us next week if you're not listening to spoilers in a minute. So bye, y'all. And stick around. We got spoilers coming up right now. Spoiler time. If you don't want spoilers for Captain America Brave New World Order, then leave. 1098-765-4321. We are now in spoilers for Captain America Brave New World. It's time for you to get the hell out of here if you didn't watch this movie or if you don't give a shit. So, first things first. So my daughter Betty Ross, she doesn't like me anymore.
That was the
so
worst
Betty Ross,
part.
my daughter who I'm estranged with. You mean your daughter you're estranged with who you've never seen before? Yeah, Betty Ross, my daughter. My daughter. She was
we know
she
that.
was Eowyn from Lord of the Rings. My daughter. She played a really good part. She's gone and she doesn't like me anymore, and she's definitely not going to be in this movie. Not once.
Won't see her at all.
You won't see her at all, especially because she's estranged and we haven't seen her in 5 years, 10 years, 15 years because of all the bad things I did with my mustache. And it's like, shut the fuck up. Stop. Why are you setting this up so much?
Yeah.
Also, she dated the Hulk. That was also on the news.
Yes, the Hulk's
Look,
ex-girlfriend.
The Hulk's ex-girlfriend, which was on ABC. What's the nightly news on ABC? Good News Tonight. What is it?
Nightline.
No. Fuck. World News Tonight. World News Tonight with Peter Jennings. The Hulk's ex-girlfriend won't talk to her dad, who's the president now. That was fucking
That's
weird.
really what they said.
They literally said
exactly
that.
what they said.
There is so much exposition dumping in this fucking movie.
Everywhere.
It is irritating.
The problem is, and we didn't talk about it in the actual review, is one of my biggest problems is with that motherfucker. Is with Ross. I like where it gets to. I like how it starts.
What do you
The
mean?
ingredients were there.
Hey, I'm just growling Harrison Ford, all right?
Yeah.
But-
I used to be a general.
But the
That's his whole character.
problem. Oh, this is spoiler. This is spoiler again.
We
Spoilers.
are in spoilers.
Spoilers.
We literally just said you're in spoiler alert territory.
But
Stop it.
But the problem is just that they are trying to make me feel sympathetic for a character who deserves Jack Daly's fucking shit.
Do you think they were trying to build sympathy for him?
Yeah, look that way.
I didn't see that at all.
Yes.
Absolutely.
Oh no, he was.
And especially at the very end when they're like, you did the honorable thing.
You remember
like, all
the
that
quiet
bullshit.
fucking hey. Yeah, also, your daughter, whoever they brought in, can't act. But
It was Liv Tyler.
actually
It was actually Liv Tyler. She's
actual
just
Betty Ross.
She's just
No, they look- it
16
looks
years older.
CG'd, right?
She looked either CG'd or touched up.
Yeah.
Because she looked. hold on. I don't want to make any
She
comments
sounds
about her
Like they
appearance.
superimpose her face on someone else's body.
I don't want to make any comments about people's appearance without looking at them. But one, she's 16 years older, so or however old she was from the first movie, and from 2008. And secondly, it did look weird though, and I don't know if it was 3D or what. But let me take a look at Liv.
No,
Tyler.
this was an act like
She still looks pretty much the same.
The voice part where he's talking on the phone felt so.
Like heavy, like.
Oh yeah, that did not look like her now.
Oh no,
No.
She's
So, I don't know.
I hadn't seen her. She's still gorgeous.
Yeah,
She's always
still
been
is.
gorgeous.
Right.
But in that scene,
No,
she
super
looks.
touched,
She
though.
looks like,
It's like
Princess
fuzzy.
Leia in Rogue One.
Yes.
But also fuzzy.
Uncanny Valley type. Yeah, it was really
Yeah,
strange.
like she's gorgeous. What are we talking about?
Maybe she was
What are
busy that day. I
What are
don't know.
we even talking about?
But
and she looked like just off-putting.
Really?
But not because of who she is.
It was even
No,
the
it's
disconnected voice, the way she was sounding. It was weird.
It was super disconnected.
It was
yeah.
this, but no, the Delta was. I don't know how you didn't get the whole feeling bad for Ross thing. They were trying to shove it in our face 18 times.
I just couldn't. I guess could never feel bad for that guy
I
because
couldn't.
Well, no, we couldn't either. But
Right.
they tried it.
Because in the same breath, they were like, yeah, he hasn't seen his daughter in forever. They locked this nigga up for 30 years.
talking about Isaiah Riley.
Yes.
Oh.
And then also, they said they kept another nigga in the basement for 16.
Can I say I did not like that shit at all?
Which one?
The Isaiah Bradley.
Really?
Fucking hated that.
That was the
shit.
part that I actually
He's
liked.
done it already, man. Like, how much more are you gonna let this fucking character suffer? I hated that shit.
Shut up. Okay,
I really did, man. Like, because I like that character. I like that character in the like. I like that story. Like, if we want to get that message across that this fucking movie or that show can't seem to fucking do, fuck it, do it hard. Do it the Isaiah Bradley story.
Right.
Show that shit.
Right.
You
It would have
talk
been.
about
It would have been a timely thing
Show it.
to fully go
On
through with
Black
that.
History Month, that's the story you need to fucking tell.
Well, if they would like, well,
you know,
I know they're not gonna.
and that wouldn't sell either. You have to balance it, and also wouldn't set up. Like you, there's
it wouldn't
too
set
much.
up nothing.
It wouldn't set like
Set up
you
nothing.
gotta be a
Oh,
realistic
no, I
balance
know they
guy.
would never do it. I'm just
I
saying.
think a proper backstory plan in this movie would have been good.
Yeah, this was the spot for it.
But to that point, that's the strongest part of the movie for me because that moment where he gets caught.
it's loud. We just got to. It's almost 11. We got 100 shares.
Well, you're leaving anyway.
I know. Well, I'm leaving it 2 weeks, but still.
Yeah.
And that moment where he gets got.
Steve Rogers.
That moment where he gets got was like because there is a moment to your point where I was like, oh, don't make him suffer.
Yes, man.
Because you feel bad. You feel bad. They do a good job at the start of the movie making you be like, all right, cool. I'm happy that he's getting his due.
Yeah, got a gym. Like he's
God,
thriving
he's
right
chilling.
now.
He's in
Finally.
Baltimore.
Yeah.
He's in The Wire.
This man was fucking tortured for 30 years.
What?
And he's training Captain America.
Yeah.
And that's smart. Have the actual super soldier be
original
like,
Captain America.
train.
The current Captain America.
Right.
Yeah.
But
That shot was villainous, man.
That was a great shot. That was a good shot,
That was
I admit.
some get out shot right there.
Yeah.
it was like that part of the story was really good. And then they shelf him.
They go.
Boy, do that.
They go to jail. Do not pass go. Do not collect
Go back to
$200.
jail.
And he's like, I don't want to go.
And
Like,
I don't want to
can't
go.
go back. Like, I
And then
can't
they're
go
like,
back to this.
it's fine.
Oh, trust me, it's okay.
You're fine.
And then from there, they're like, all right, now we got to put you in solitary confinement. Like, are you fucking
And he
kidding
said,
me?
but he was very clear, being like, I don't know where y'all taking me, but I ain't going back
Right,
in
yeah.
there. The problem there was I sat there and I was like, there's a whole other movie. Again, this is where I start to get into conjecture. There's a whole other movie. Motherfucker, coulda, shoulda, woulda been part of this fucking thing.
Just go into that theme and that element of, hey, there was a black Captain America that was forsaken in the fucking Vietnam era, and now there's one that's about to be because of racism. And they were like, nah,
No, we ain't
we're not
gonna do
doing
that.
that.
Yeah.
What we're gonna do is we're gonna put a fucking Israeli character in for no
no
fucking
goddamn
reason.
reason.
I just want to address the controversy so people could kind of know and make a judgment call on whether to see this movie or not, before going into other things. A lot of people are boycotting this movie because there's a character, I believe his name's Sabra Marvel.
Sabra.
And she's literally just an Israeli superhero, and her whole point is to be racist against brown people.
Yeah, very much.
And she finds a heart when there's a blowed up child, and she's like, oh, maybe we shouldn't fight war. That's like her ultimate arc, is to be like, oh man, brown people are people.
They don't put her in a lot of stuff.
And they don't put her in a lot of stuff, so why the fuck? They could have put anybody. They could have. Can you name a random agent?
Oh,
that's not Maria Hill.
Quake in here.
Fuck, put Quake. No, Quake was in Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D.
Well, that's not.
No, but put something else.
Oh god,
they haven't used.
Fucking know.
I'm trying to think. Well, I'm just trying to think of anything, right?
Anyone.
So they go, we're gonna put her in there. No, it's gonna be a subtle nod, and then the fucking real life goes, hey, maybe. The Israel. What are they doing?
Cut her out of this.
Well, they go, what are they doing? How many? Oh, that's a lot of dead people.
Yeah.
Fuck, what do we? And then people were like, why the fuck did you put this character in? Here? And that's still a good question, because the character's not that good and we didn't need it.
I think she could have easily been edited out.
They tried.
Did they?
But I think she had a bigger role, and they cut her out. But she was too much in the shots they already shot.
And the delta there is, I just think they were hesitant to do another cut with Captain America again, because he got hoed the last time they had to do cut.
Yeah. Right. And so people are upset. And so what they did to fix it was they said, fuck that. She's not this character anymore.
They don't call her Saber.
She's some character named Ruby Tuesday. I'm trying to see if she had her Ruth Bat Saraf. So that she kept the name. So it is technically her, but they changed her backstory, so she was just a Red Widow. And they literally, Joaquin Torres says it like twice, where he's like, she was in the Red Widow program with Black Widow.
Yeah.
This is not a reshoot. And then, and so they explained it away. Ross's side quest lady to go do the side quest. And then at some point she gets like a superhero costume vest thing, but it's blue. And so a lot of people were like, oh, well, that's the whole fucking point of this character. She's blue. And if it is a Red Widow or a red, Black Widow, red, whatever, just make it red. Spend the extra $1 million to color, to hit the slider on the color of blue.
$1 million. Yeah.
For them. But I could do it at home, where you go, select the red, switch it, or the blue, switch it to red, boom. It's a Red Widow. You completely ignore it. With that knowledge in your head, it is going to spoil, because she's also a bad character. Not because of what she is already with the source material, but also a poorly written character, a poorly developed character, and a character that does not need to be there. So if you are super against this, if you're boycotting it for this, or if you're thinking about whatever, if it's going to annoy you that character's there, it's gonna stick out. It's gonna stick out because you're gonna see that there's reshoots. They're gonna see they try to subdue it, and they just can't get the stench off of it. And it's disappointing and just unfortunate, because Anthony Mackie's the lead. It's like one of the first movies where he is the lead. So he's saying on the red carpet, people are here to see me in this movie, or this is my movie. I'm a part of a lot of movies. This is mine, and I want black actors to succeed. I want Mexican sidekicks to succeed. But goddamn it, if that is a pain point for you, which I understand 100,000%, if it is gonna bother you, because she is prominent, and they could not get her out of the DNA of this movie, and it sucks, because there's so much other fun, whimsical things, like Giancarlo Esposito murdering everybody with extreme prejudice.
No questions asked.
He guns down cops before they get out of a car.
Yeah, they pull up and just shoots and goes.
Destroys them.
Yeah. Eviscerates.
Like their powder.
His thing is making sure nothing is left.
Right.
Anthony Mackie hit a corner in his truck. Nothing said, just bullets in his goddamn shield.
Through a bomb?
No. And then once that was over, when the truck stopped, is he dead? Don't know. Grenade, let's find out. And blows that shit up. And still, like, I don't know if he's dead or not. Wait for confirmation. It's just like, Jesus,
as the kids say, he left no crumbs.
None.
And he was a treat, because he's like, you got to give me fucking off. And he's like, only if you give me information.
Give me immunity.
Okay, fine. I'll go to Rikers. I'm going to get out.
I'm going to break out anyway.
He's just like, I'm going to get out. You can't stop me, motherfucker.
He's like, I'm going to get out, and when I do, I'm going to kill you.
I'm going to explode you. Just like I exploded everybody else.
And motherfucker even says when they were fighting, he was like, oh man, don't get it twisted. He paid me double. I would have done this shit for free.
I wanted to kill my very own Captain America.
I would have.
You know what? I would have loved to have seen Claw and him go at it.
That would have been a good.
That would have been fun. Just two mercenaries
I need
going.
I need him like against the defenders.
The Punisher?
The Punisher. Yeah, that's what he needs to be. That would be dope as him versus the Punisher would be dope as fuck.
Oh shit!
Bring that out, and I'm proud of
Giancarlo Esposito
getting that Disney money.
Man,
Star Wars and now Marvel.
Tommy, you just gave me a
good shit.
And a slight erection with the fact that this character could fight the Defenders and be just terrifying.
Yes.
Punisher, can you outgun him? This guy's got a lot of guns.
A fuck ton. And knows how to use them.
Right, and he's got a society. Serpent Society.
And that's a whole big pro of this movie. Marvel, you're learning from your mistakes. They don't just kill off. They didn't kill off all of their villains here. Actually, none of them died.
Right.
So they have them in their toolkit, which is healthy.
Fucking leader. Leader was fucking annoying.
I love the leader. Yeah,
you liked him?
He just looked like so many elements look like they should have been in different Marvel movies. He shouldn't have been like Giancarlo Esposito shouldn't have been here. He should have been in, like we said,
No, I'm fine. I'm
the ground level shit.
Actually, I'm fine with him being in this one
here at all because he sticks out like a sore fucking thumb. He should have been. He's a Hulk villain. So like, why he's here?
To be fair, the leader was cardboard cut out into half of his scenes. Yeah. Did you notice that scene when he's talking to Sam Wilson?
There's a scene looked superimposed.
There was a scene where the 3D effect. All they had for the 3D effect, because it's a flat shot of him on a background, they just put a bunch of fucking bokeh, fucking blur effect behind him, and it's literally just a cutout, the green screen cutout of the leader going like, "You were aware of my plan."
He's like not moving.
He's not moving. His mouth might be AI generated. I don't know.
Yeah.
I looked at TJ, I go, "What the fuck is this? Is this a cart? Like, what the fuck?"
That's what I'm talking about with the weird, shitty effects. Like, it's just...
To your point. To your delta here, I think that's kind of that iffy part that I would have maneuvered. Yeah. I actually think Giancarlo Esposito is fine in this movie in the role that he plays as a setup. I think that you end off with the reveal of like who was behind the scenes, and then they're just there as like a fucking chess piece somewhere out in the world, and he's like, that plan didn't work, goes off and fucks off somewhere. Yeah. So that way we get more time. The problem is I wanted more time with Ross, except I didn't want more time with Ross because he's dull as fucking donkey dick.
He truly
is. Until he turns to Red Hulk, in which case, moment he turns to Red Hulk, that shit goes dope.
So for the people who are like, man, I want the Hulk to be ravenous like the first movie, that's Red Hulk. They brought Red Hulk to be like, he's not so stupid because he's still got brains, I guess, but
slightly.
But he does the run jump where he jumps like half a quarter mile.
The same Hulk effects.
Right, he does the same Hulk effects, but not what the Smart Hulk does.
Smart Hulk's a whole different model.
And I don't even think they did all the things that Red Hulk's lore is, because he's hot, and then when he gets angry, he gets colder, right? Or he gets less.
The thing where it's like whatever he touches, like starts to sizzle a little bit.
Right.
They never explain it. They never do anything really with it.
And like the more angry he gets, the weaker he gets. Right? It's like inverse.
His is in reverse. Yeah.
Right. So he's got to be cool. So they just said, no, just make him.
They completely fucked all that.
They read Red Hulk.
He's smarter also.
Got it.
So yeah, like it's just they're just like just make him a Red Hulk.
Right, just make him a Red Hulk, not the Red Hulk.
They come in red. That's what she said.
They come. Oh my
god!
That
casual if you saw this motherfucker coming.
No,
at you,
nigga,
right?
they were way too casual.
Way too casual.
I'm like, they're like, and they're shooting guns. He's a Hulk. Y'all didn't learn the first time.
Why aren't you running?
Run. Yeah, he blew up Harlem the first time. If you saw any footage you saw footage from Battle of Earth, you know he can fuck up some shit.
Yeah.
What else? Where else?
He needed a whole Hulk buster to stop this.
Right. Yeah. He blew up fucking Africa.
Yeah.
He blew up a fucking market in Turkey. What we know that the fucking Hulk can cause damage,
and I do love how they have to handle it, because motherfuckers like, please tell me I won. And he did not win. He's like, all right, shit.
Also, I want to go see the cherry blossoms cindered everything, and everyone laughed. The people in the audience laughed at the finale of the fight.
Because it was like, I think it wasn't like a laughing at type of thing. It's just a laughing because it's a genuinely funny moment when you see this motherfucker destroy everything that they were around.
Yeah.
But I did like, they do try and make that scene where he's like, "No, fuck this! I should have got that fucking super soldier."
Right? Yeah. Bucky comes in, which is the guy behind me goes,
"One of the laziest cameos I've ever seen."
Well, he's like, "Look, I hate to be this guy because look at me. but you could tell that all of the original cast members that are still hanging around that are not in main roles, they are done working out and eating fucking chickens.
They're not doing that
whole
shit.
chickens for 3 hours a day because Bucky just looks like a guy now. And we saw
I think it was because he was in a suit.
and we saw Thunderbolts. No, you could tell a buff motherfucker in a suit, like when he was in the first two movies and the first couple movies. This time he's just a guy now, and that's what he looked like in the Thunderbolts trailer, like just a guy.
Yeah.
And I'm not saying it's actually unhealthy that they get so buff, but that element of it is just like these older guys can't do it anymore. Like if you had Drax for one more movie, he'd be lean as fuck, or he'd be in the muscle suit that he was in.
I feel like
because
clauses of like, your
body can't do it,
but I'm not doing all that.
Your body cannot do it.
I don't agree in the sense of I think it's also a place of the character themselves. Motherfucker was like, like he's a congressman.
Well, he's running for Congress.
He's running for Congress, and I think that's another part in the Thunderbolts where it's probably a build. I mean, because one of those characters is not built like a suit, not built like a superhero.
Or David Harbour.
David Harbour.
Yeah.
He's just David Harbour.
But he's also got serum, though.
He's got the serum.
He's got half serum. Yeah, he's got Russian serum. It's like
and
knockoff.
so does Bucky.
He got Johnson & Johnson's serum.
Yeah. Bucky's is better.
Yeah, Bucky's got that.
Bucky got Nazi serum. Russian guy got Russian serum, which is like quarter serum, and they got that good old American serum that apparently we just have now.
Just giving it to people.
Just giving it away.
No, because it was like, damn, I wish I took that serum.
I didn't know they offered it to him. He's stupid as fuck for not taking it.
U.S. agent got it. It's clearly fine.
Yeah.
Like, it's not going to hurt your feelings.
No, if I'm going to be Captain America, you give me some of that Stark tech, that Wakanda tech, and that superhero serum.
Right.
All three. And then I'll be...
Because imagine Falcon.
Captain America.
Imagine Falcon with a faster healing factor, better physical strength.
Yeah, with all the shit he already has.
He's 45 years old.
He'd be unstoppable.
Right.
Yeah.
And the serum is not even about the quality of who's like good or evil, because that's why Captain America chose him. Steve Rogers chose him in the first place because he was good of heart. He deserved Excalibur because he was good of heart, and so he gave him the shield, which means he was worthy of the serum based off of Steve Rogers being like, "Hey, you're Captain America. You should probably get some serum because it'll make sure your bones don't explode anytime you get hit in the chest."
Aliens, which you seem to complain that you don't do. Well, that's because you don't have the juice.
Right. He is not an aliens fighter.
I don't know what you're talking. I mean, motherfucker was keeping up with jets in this one again.
Well, that's because he had a fucking Wakandan tech suit with Mach 5, which, by the way, I just love the fact that it's just like, brothers got to stick together. And they dapped up, and then you got a Wakandan suit. I'm just saying. I love that unity.
No, I love that too.
Also, I really didn't. You talk about the writing being bad. There was a lot of, "Hey, my brother, what's going on, blood? Oh, hell nah." A lot of dapping. A lot of just like over the top black folkisms, like trying to make it a black movie.
No, actually,
I thought, well, it was clumsy when they did it, and so it was very obvious to me.
Yeah.
Same way that Joaquin Torres trying to be young was the same distracting. I go, the person who wrote this has never been in a limo and partied.
Oh, they're white as hell. Whoever.
They were like, "Hey man, we got the good stuff. We got the Tunes homes. Let's party." And it was like, man, these guys got no class, man. They got no style going to the White House. This is stupid.
I'll do two things with that one. I actually found
it's not a bad thing, you boy. I'm just saying that it's clumsy, which is a bad thing when you don't sound natural.
I felt like that wasn't. I felt like that part was a little endearing. But the black people thing, I didn't think that was a problem at all. And actually, I don't like that's probably how I there's straight up in the prison scene he has an exchange. He's like, he calls him Brother Sam, like that. That's actually real exchanges.
That's fine. No, that was authentic. That was fine. It was some of the little interactions that they were doing, especially with Isaiah. I think he was just trying to be too much of an old head, too much of a unk, as they say.
I mean, that's
but trying is the word. He seemed a little unnatural. He seemed out of his element or uncomfortable, the actor himself, and I don't know why, because he's fantastic in the TV show. I don't know. It just seemed clumsy, and it's not anybody's fault except maybe the writers or the directors that are like, that didn't sound natural. Do it again. Like, do 3 more takes. They already doing reshoots. Do a couple more takes. Make it sound more natural. Make these characters sound more natural. Because, like I said, Joaquin Torres oftentimes doesn't sound natural. Sabra doesn't sound natural at all. She's fucking robotic as shit. The only one that kind of sounds natural and a good relation is the Everett Ross's press lady. The black lady that talks to Sam half the time. That relationship is very real.
No,
but every time she talks to him, she's like, don't be that guy. Don't be the guy that makes things hard on yourself. Like, that's genuine advice that sounded always real nice.
I'd also say that friend that died was pretty natural.
Oh yeah. Jimmy John, that guy was great. Hey,
Bob from the left wing, bro.
hey Cap, thanks for thinking about my brother. He's military now. Thanks for giving him a good word.
And he was like, yeah, I'll do. I got you.
Hey, I'll find out what these
his
fucking
pills
gamma
come
pills
from.
are.
Yeah.
Don't worry, it'll take 24 hours.
Literally, when he
And then-
that moment he
and then he goes,
Then Smooth Criminal pops up. Motherfucker knocked on someone's door.
ass fedora.
Oh, yeah.
Look out.
By the way, talk about mean spirited. That him gunning down 2 people in their home, just straight. That's mean spirited.
Yeah.
Just to take their phone.
He's like, Colonel, can I borrow your phone? And then that's it. Why are you here?
Well, no, he's hiding. I get it. He's hiding. It's just super mean spirited to just gun them down
He's a
and then
villain.
and then have their bodies just strewn about and be like, "So, are you angry?
Who was
Do
the
you
villain
want to
from
get
Inspector
mad?"
Gadget Claw.
Claw.
It was kind of some Claw
Right.
shit of like, now I'll get you, Captain.
I'm surprised he didn't have
Yeah,
a
it's
fucking
like,
mustache tutorial.
fuck,
He
dude.
was bad.
Yeah, it was one available. Ross took his one.
Also, another controversy from this movie. They didn't play the historic Marvel Cinematic Real Scene comic book thing.
They just got right into it.
Right. The reason why they fucking did it, a stylistic choice. They put that weird Marvel Studios font in the old-timey Private Files film thing.
Yeah.
But people were like, what? They did that ever since I was 8 years old, and I can't have things change.
Yeah.
So people were mad about that. It's not a big deal.
No,
You don't miss it.
You don't miss it.
You don't go, dun, 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 dun. Look at all the heroes that are better and dead. Whether live or
They don't even do the fun end credit things anymore.
oh yeah, they just that our end credit is just there's a 35% chance that there's
Others.
a multiverse.
And
We had 3 movies telling us
I
this,
wanted
fucking
to
leader,
leave.
you dipshit.
No. Okay, so that was the problem. That was my one time my biggest like fuck you Marvel was that end credit scene because you can't convince me that Doctor Strange again. I know he's doing other shit. Didn't explain this shit because he's got to explain it to someone that there's a whole
Knows this
multiverse.
nigga. They know each other. Like,
And I guess
You know what I
because
mean?
I really had me sit there and be like,
Fuck.
damn, is Doctor Strange really
Wait.
that type of nigga? Like, now they'll figure it out.
Wait. So the only person, no, because Doctor Strange got sucked into the dark dimension immediately after the movie, but America Chavez, I think, is still running around. So she would be like, hey guys, I control the like I can go to different realities and planets and places. It's bad.
Yeah.
Wanda's exploded.
The Marvels
And
have
it's
to know
bad.
this, right? Do any of them know them?
Marvels only know about scrolls.
they're in the space.
And what's her name is zapped into the X-Men universe.
Yeah. We probably won't ever see her again.
Yep. That's the thing. We're going so far into these. What about Patton Oswalt and Harry Styles? What about Hercules?
Oh, Jesus Christ.
We got Tiamat. Guess what? It's adamantium, and we didn't get. What's the guy who did all this surgery? Stryker. If we would have got a William Stryker cameo, I would have.
He belongs in something like this.
It should have been. It should have been President Ross, General Stryker. Boom.
That's it.
I got chills doing it right now. You know why? You could just do the back of his head, so you don't have to cast him yet. He's gonna be an old white guy.
name.
But you go like General Stryker has been on there fighting for Tiamat, and so that way we get resources. I would have fucking tingled in my chair.
It would have been great.
It would have been great, but no, that's just too much to ask for.
The time has
because
passed.
that's the vibranium guy,
X-Men, fucking
not vibranium
Fantastic
guy. I'm sorry,
Four.
adamantium guy.
Adamantium, that's X-Men shit. Like, that would have been great again 4 years ago, 3 years ago. It's like, this shit.
Look.
How do you fuck this up?
Coronavirus.
No. That's not how you fuck it. You fuck it up because you suck at your job, Disney.
Well, actually, it was more like
Who's the director?
Huh?
It's legal stuff.
No. They had to wait 5 years after that. Like, so that shit's passed. That's been
That's
passed.
not on them though.
It should. Yeah, it is, because they could have planned this shit out. Like, as soon as that shit cleared, they could have had their shit ready to go to film these movies. And they didn't. They wanted to pull us through some multiverse bullshit, which is why I tapped the fuck out.
Because the 5 years is just now ending.
No. It was...
It ended last year, excuse me.
Yeah, no. It ended before that.
Oh,
No,
shit.
Oh, no, because I'm getting mixed up with the Netflix
Yes.
ones. Yeah, you're right.
No, because and that was the Delta.
Yeah.
They had the and this is where this is the only kind of, how do I describe it? The only pass I give Marvel is they had the perfect storm of nonsense that happened. Not nonsense, terrible circumstances.
Right.
The point blank person that had all the hype, all the centric, this is definitely the lead for our Marvel.
Villainy nonsense. Wait,
No,
The person they were going to have.
Chadwick.
yeah.
died. And then they're like,
threw everything off.
shit.
Yeah.
All right,
And then
we need another strong black guy. Villain, though. Kang the Conqueror. We're going to put everything around Kang the Conqueror. He did what?
And like,
Who's Coretta? And then they go, wait, the villain was cool. Wait, he touched the musician. Fuck.
Like, and
okay, what do we do now?
That's the like you. I know your frustration.
Yes.
But they've also not been dealt particularly positive cards.
That's where creatives come in handy. That's when you have a creative team for.
But to your point though,
you have to listen to them though.
I think the delta there with the X-Men though is the X-Men are a good tee up. Motherfuckers just have to get recast. Can't recast them yet.
So here's the thing.
I would abandon all this shit and just go straight into X-Men.
Well, here's what's happening. Of course, they're going to the Secret Wars, and they're going to do Battle World, and then they're going to reset everything.
I don't even want that.
But here's the weird part.
Yeah, you do.
And here's the thing. Here's the thing that sucks. Is exactly what I talk about when Anthony Mackie's 45 years old.
Mm-hmm.
He's 45 years old. They've been doing these for so long that now Falcon is a 45-year-old guy in universe. The actual Captain America is an old man, and Black Widow is dead.
Right.
And so now we got all the cool West Coast Avengers and side Avengers and Thunderbolts, and you got all the cool other side teams. But then what happened? But there's no Iron Man, and Iron Man is fun and cool. And Hulk, what is he doing? I don't even. Oh, he's got a son.
Shit.
He's got a son.
Yeah, that came out of nowhere.
So he's got a son, and what is Scar doing on Earth? Joining a Young Avengers.
Never got explained.
But nobody really knows that, and also we want Iron Man because Iron Man's still alive when the Young Avengers do their thing. Yeah. The West Coast Avengers, he's actually on that team, I think, or no, I think it might be Rhodey. I'm not sure, but they exist for a long time. They don't just die.
Right.
And I get Robert Downey Jr. can't do it forever. Now he's doomed for some fucking reason, which I don't get.
Either. I don't either. I don't know what the fuck they do. I don't know if they know what they're
so doing. They better get everything wiped and reset. They're gonna do Secret Wars, and they might focus on X-Men again. We've had a good break from X-Men.
Who's gonna care?
Other than Deadpool and Wolverine. God damn it, actually.
Yeah, that fucked them up too.
It didn't reset the clock, and it's not fresh.
Universe,
but it's not fresh anymore. Because if you can do Deadpool's fine because he's his own little fantasy man. But Wolverine, that's X-Men purely.
Right.
Resets the clock. We've had a Wolverine X-Men movie last year. I want Magneto. I want Professor X. I want Gambit. I want those things.
They could do the exact same thing they did for the Avengers with X-Men. You could have their own separate movies.
And you got to start.
First of all, no.
You wouldn't watch?
No.
Well, that was First Class. That's what they tried to do with First Class.
And First Class was awesome.
First Class is great.
Yeah.
No.
But you can't have Darwin die immediately. That's kind of stupid.
I'm just saying, I'd watch.
No, you got to do the first.
Watch a Gambit movie.
No, you got to
a real.
No, you got to do. If you're gonna do X-Men and you're gonna go origin, you got to go Cyclops,
the originals,
Jean Grey, Beast in human form.
Yep.
Iceman, and Angel.
Yeah.
That's it. And you go, hey, Professor X, what do we do? Go fight those robots. Yes. Or no, they didn't even fight robots in the beginning. It was just Magneto. Yeah. Magneto with his horns. And he's like, go find my friend. Yeah. Why? Because he's going to blow up things. Well, that's not good. Laser beams.
That's what the main focus of those stories early on was.
Right. And it's just like, hey, it's the five of us. And then you add the school. Mm-hmm. And then you go broader. And you bring in Storm, who's a literal fucking goddess.
Yep.
And then you let her have her own adventures and talk to Doom and have dinner together. And then you let Cyclops fuck around with a bunch of other
shit to evolve.
No. You have to think not in event pieces, but in a world building.
Yeah.
If they built this like Lord of the Rings, where people are communicating with each other and fighting amongst each other, and then they did their own thing, but they're not too separated, so where the Fantastic Four can pop up and be like, hey, X-Men, what are you guys doing on our turf? Mole Man's at it again, you didn't have it taken care of. Oh, well, get out of here. Oh, wait, they're attacking. Fantastic Four and X-Men, and then we all jizz our pants. That's the goal, but they won't do that because it's too complicated and it takes too much thinking, and they have to up the ante, and you can't after Endgame unless you do Secret Wars, but they've stumbled too many times getting to Secret Wars.
I don't know if they could pull that off now.
Well, no, here's what's going to happen.
Disagree on the X-Men approach. Holistically.
It's going to be, Secret Wars is going to be, make $1 jillion, but only because they're going to bring back Nicolas Cage's Ghost Rider and Ang Lee's Hulk. Nostalgia. It's going to be a nostalgia fest for dipshits our age. And if it's going to work,
Probably.
And then it's going to reset, and people are going to bitch about the reset. But guess what? There's going to be little babies that are 9 years old then, and they're going to be like, "What's X-Men starting class?" And then it's going to be the original with the big X's on their chest, and the 9-year-old's going to be like, "This fucking rips, dude. I want to watch more of these." And then you as dad go, "Okay, son, time to show you all the other Marvel movies." And then
Never subject my child to this shit.
That's a lot.
I'd show him Iron Man 1 and be like,
old schools,
and I'd be like, "Hey, look it, MySpace was a thing we used to do." And they all have flip phones. Tony Stark has a little flip phone. It's very adorable.
I do like that original run. The original run was good.
I think X-Men can first.
How do you want to introduce the X? Since all our ideas are fucking trash.
No, it's just I don't think X-Men thrive in singular story arcs like that. I just don't. They did it with Wolverine. No, and I don't think that they're gonna go down that path again.
Oh no, I was just saying if they just made Gold Team and Blue Team. I think it's Blue and Gold Team.
Blue and Gold, yeah.
Oh, if they just made different movies.
I would love that.
Oh, it'd be fucking sick. Anyway, go ahead.
The team. There's different pockets of the team.
Because as a more recent fan of the X-Men, because there was a long period of time where I said, "Fuck these X-Men."
Why?
I didn't like them that much.
Jeez.
Then I went back and I was like, all right, I got turned around because of 97, read comics, and was like, okay, I'm much more receptive to the X-Men because of that
good
story.
Stories in there.
I know.
Yeah.
Semicolon, however, what was successful about the X-Men, even back in the day, is the team aspect.
Yeah.
And I think that for the biggest bang for your buck, I do think that they just can't do the full cast of the X-Men.
No, you got to break them down.
But you get that core 5, 6. Mm-hmm. Don't fuck it up like Fox does.
No, I don't think they're gonna do that.
And you've got you don't need a bunch of they don't need to do that to set all of them up. Because we already know.
We know who they are.
We play off of all that years of bullshit to just deliver on it. That's what I'm saying. Because there's a lot of other characters. There's a lot of other characters who that doesn't work with. They just need one good X-Men movie, just like they just need one good Fantastic Four movie.
Yeah.
The problem with the Fantastic Four is the difference between the other MCU situations and these ones are we have the context of the other movies.
We see how not to do this.
We see how not to do it, but we know what's going on, kind of, sort of.
Yeah.
So we don't need to waste time on that kind of shit.
We know the origin. It's like, do we need to see Batman's origin again? No.
The problem is...
Oh, we're not going to see a Batman movie for another 8 years.
I'm perfectly fine with that.
Pattinson's dragging his feet, I think, on that fucking sequel.
Yeah, I don't blame him.
But no, there's the blue team, everyone's favorites, and then there's the gold team, also everyone's favorites.
Yeah. It's a lot. I mean, it's so many of them.
Right. But like Iceman, Forge, Phoenix, Colossus, Archangel, Storm, and Bishop.
That's the thing, like, you want to introduce, like, they're so easy to introduce, I guess, is the thing I'm trying to get. It's so many of them, and, like, we know our original, we know our core, and we know our, the ones we just like, the fan favorites.
Right.
Like, you could put, like, that's 3 or 4 different movies right there.
I just think the delta...
And then get them all together for one big battle against, like, Apocalypse or some shit.
I think it was just a timeline delta because last year was the first year I think these motherfuckers could have been used. And then they were. I mean, the last main movie was Deadpool and Wolverine. So they were center stage. I'm with you in the sense of I think this year could have been really big because you could have set up all three pillars.
But to me, that's also focused. It's like, okay, this is what we're headed towards.
I just had an idea. Mr. Sinister, when they're finding out about mutants, when they're discovering it, Mr. Sinister works for the government, and he starts going like, "Ooh, I'm gonna start messing with these fucking X genes, baby. Let's fucking do it."
Let's go.
And then and then he's just fucking with people, and everyone's like, and he's just the guy. He hasn't geneticized himself yet.
Yeah.
And then over time, over like 2 movies, he starts getting he starts going white. He starts enhancing himself.
Yeah.
Because it's not quite Magneto. Because Magneto, no one other than saying he ages really slow, which I think is stupid.
Yeah.
Holocaust survivor is a big part of his story. And unless they fucking freeze him in carbonite like they did Captain America, I don't know how they do that.
You got to find another atrocity.
Well, that's what people saying they shouldn't do, but they also want. I don't know.
Age them really slow.
But here's the thing, folks.
Yeah, it's tough.
I guess you'll never know our opinions because this is where we fade into oblivion.
1 second.
Yes.
Before we head out, just quick one for you. Tell me. Now you know what will win me over. 10 out of 10, it could be the shittiest movie in the world. Mm-hmm. It's Blue Marvel, and I know how you feel. I know how you feel about the X-Men situation.
Yes.
But just give me like and be realistic. Okay. I know Give me one thing that at least will get you to turn your head. Doesn't have to be win you over, but turn your head in a positive way.
From like Marvel?
Yeah.
I need structure. I need a vision. I need to know where this is going. What are we doing here? Because, I mean, it just doesn't seem like they know. It's very chaotic. And if it's chaotic for them, it's going to be chaotic for us. And it's just like, with the original Avengers, it's like, okay, each movie is going to lead up to this, and we're going to have this. And we knew that, like, Endgame was coming eventually. So, okay, cool. We did the first Avengers. We're probably going to have 2 more of these. We just knew it was leading up to an Avengers type of trilogy.
Well, there was like Iron Man 2, but Iron Man 2 and 3 were kind of clumsy and weird.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, they weren't.
Especially 3.
They weren't that good.
Right.
Yeah.
So it wasn't always
but no, it was always
going
the
towards
next thing, though. It was like, all right, that wasn't that great, but we got another thing coming that will lead to this other big arching story. It was always a big arching story there. Thanos was always in the background, popping up in fucking, and stingers and shit.
I think I think to your point, it has felt a little bit scattered in the sense. Because, look, the problem is, at the end, when I always say this, well, fuck Shang-Chi. No one talks about him. He's still here.
Hey.
Shang-Chi's
all
still
the shit that happened in Secret Invasion.
Hey, Shang-Chi. Hey, at the end, we got like inside the rings, and there's like a multitude of galaxies in there. I wonder what that's about. Yeah, I don't know.
The end.
That's where we've been lived. Yeah. Hey, Harry Styles, what's going on? I'm handsome and I fuck. Cut. Hold on. Hey, Hercules. Hey, my son. Go fight Thor. I'm big and sexy. That's how all of them have gone.
Yeah.
Fade to black. We don't know what's going on.
Well, I think that's why I said this could have... The movie that throws the biggest question mark for me, because this could have been that... And this could have been a year if the 3 set. You set up Fantastic Four. You set up X-Men this year as well. And then in this movie... Captain America does end off being like, hey, all right, Avengers, got to figure that part out.
Yeah.
We've got to set it up. Then you would have had all 3 pillars being figured out.
Kicked it off the way you kicked off Iron Man.
Thunderbolts fucks this up because I don't know what the fuck's happening.
Well, if we're talking about spoilers, they're just introducing Sentry, who's just gonna blow up everybody, and I don't know how the fuck they're gonna beat. How do you stop Sentry? Who's Hiroshima individuals?
His own greatest enemy is himself.
Right.
The Void, which
he's gonna be.
Him.
Dude, in the trailer, the motherfucker's dusting people.
He's like Hiroshima.
Uber
it's terrible.
OP. Like, he's overpowered to the max.
And
that fucking group cannot stop him.
Right. And so it's like, okay, like,
that's an Avengers fucking problem.
But the Avengers aren't here because Captain America hasn't developed them yet.
Well, because and you know what my problem, and you know what I said, you know what I whispered to you. There's no way these fucks are gonna beat him.
It's no way they logically.
They gotta pull out Blue Marvel.
Oh no!
Oh, where's Blade?
Oh yeah! Blade's in the vampires. He's in the shadows
we ain't
forever.
gonna see that shit ever either.
Yeah, Mahershala Ali's gonna be 89 by the time that shit gets going. So they're gonna recast him. He's gonna be like, it's been 6 years. What the fuck are we doing? So it's gonna be, who's the next upcoming black actor?
Oh God, it's a bunch of new ones. No. Damson Idris.
Damson Idris is their new Blade. Lakeith Stanfield's
they want him to be Black Panther. I'm sorry.
Okay, well, Lakeith Stanfield's gonna be Silver Surfer. I heard, and Blade is unofficially canceled. So and what's Dane Smith gonna do? Black Knight, he's there.
I forgot all about him.
Yeah, he's supposed to be kicking names and taking ass. And then the Eternals, Arishem stole like 5 of them.
Yep.
So we're missing 5 demigods.
Yeah.
Or I don't even know what they are. I think I'll call them
are anymore.
Right.
Either.
And they only killed that one monk monster. And are they gonna help? Are they gonna help in Battle World? Is Arishem gonna help in Battle World? This is gonna get real weird.
These questions.
This is gonna What
Spider-Man.
about girl from Secret Invasion?
No one's talking about Spider-Man.
Daenerys Targaryen or whatever her name is, Khaleesi. She's got every superpower known to man.
Super OP. Why don't you get her to fight Sentry? She can handle that shit.
Watch her show up. I think you just answered the question. She's the ultimate thunderbolt.
This shit's a
mess. She's gonna go stretchy powers.
Can someone find a fucking Infinity Gauntlet and snap this shit out of existence and let's restart?
Oh yeah, Adam Warlock's also a baby.
Oh my God.
So he can't snap. He can't. Yeah, he's a little baby.
Oh man.
Groot is just a petrified tree.
You get it? Like, what's the point of all this? I watch these movies for a point.
Well, I think it's just also the gaps of seeing characters. When I say where's Shang-Chi, his movie's good. I just haven't seen him.
Right. He wasn't in this movie being like, hey, can I kung fu anybody to help? Nope. Okay, cool.
Why not? Where he is.
Bring him in to kung fu people. Why not?
And he would have been way way more interesting than one of the characters.
No shit.
Put Shang-Chi, you're now the president's guard. That would be a little weird, but anyway, folks, that's it for McGrew's reviews.
It's been a great run.
It's been a great run.
I might on my social medias do some of these randomly just on my own.
Right.
You know.
Come over to the crib.
Yeah, they're gonna be doing side projects, and so sit tight. But for the traditional McGrew's reviews, Tommy, thank you for joining us for McGrew's reviews, and thank you for naming
terrible
the
movie to
McGrew's
end on,
reviews.
but yeah,
it's all right. We started probably with some stupid shit anyway. TJ, thank you for joining.
What did we start on?
I don't know. We can look it up though.
yeah, you'll find out.
I'll find out. I'll find out. Or
Was it Star Wars? Was it that?
That was one of the early ones. Star Wars, The
that shit was
Rise of Sky. No, the second one.
I thought
Last Jedi.
No, it was the second one.
Last Jedi.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was that.
Well, guess what? No one's ever really gone. Free Palestine.